inside DJ's Not DJing. We're talking with Mojax on a special episode celebrating 1 year. Thank you for being here. And we were just talking about your influences and this suburban bass t-shirt you're wearing, and you're spinning Liquid Jungle on Sundays. I've been watching you for years. The only clue I had that you were into drum and bass at all was you did a video one time, and I forget which one it was. It might have been with the 12s. You were reviewing the RANE 12s, and you were talking about how you could put any record you want on top of the 12s, and you used a reinforced picture disc. Am I wrong?
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
and so I saw that.
Actually, I need to put it. Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, "Man's got a reinforced picture disc. He knows what the he's talking about." And so, and that was my first clue, but I had no clue since then until I started watching you streaming. Can you give us the jungleists in the room right now? Can you give us a little bit of your early influences in the rave scene and the jungle scene, and how it influenced the one and only Mojax, please?
Well, I think it's quite interesting because as an American, your path through electronic music is very different from ours in the UK. Like in the UK, rave, like around 92, Prodigy, Charlie, Smarty, Sesame Street, which was on sub bass. I was like 12 or whatever at that time, I was a young kid, but like that stuff was proper mainstream. That was proper chart music, top 40, top 10 music, right? So we have that history with it for a start, but then also, jungle and drum and bass obviously grew out of that kind of Essex. Suburban bass is really important to me because that was the first 12-inch proper like breakbeat hardcore record that I bought. I'd been buying, our stuff mainly came on 7-inch vinyl still at that point from like the high street stores, right? So I'd pick all that up like Prodigy and stuff. You could get all that in the high street store. But then I started to go into proper record stores, and the first proper 12-inch that I bought was DJ Chrome and Mr. Time, the Slammer remixes on Suburban Bass 1993. It's the Nookie mix is the one for me. That's this timeless, endless, ultimate tune. I love that still to this day. And so that was a very important label. After that, it was like, right, okay, I'll just buy everything I see on this label. Right. And then you start talking to the guys in the store, and they're like, oh, you should try this Production House thing, because that was another big label, ASIN and stuff all that time. And then it just gradually went on from there. So I've always had that history with rave music, what we would call rave music all that time, and growing up. And then I got into happy hardcore once I was sort of 16, 17, starting to drive around in my little hatchback, my little hot hatch, like vroom, like, boy racer vibes, pumping out the 4-beat happy hardcore. And then your taste develop and change. And I got more into sort of house and trance, and I've just, dance music's always been my thing. I'm not a hip hop head from back in the day. I can't pretend I was there, digging the OG hip. I liked things like Run DMC and that, but I was never a real hip hop head. I was a dance music head. The first 2 records I beat matched were Nightcrawlers and Bucketheads.
Yes.
Like I remember the day I was figured out beat matching for the first time. So that was 95. So I was like, oh, this is how you do it. It's like, the curtains fall away from the eyes, and
you never hear music the same way again.
Yeah. And so I've always been a house guy, a dance guy. That's my jam. And then as we go through the years with drum and bass in the UK, again, stuff like DJ Fresh, even today, Wilkinson, that's top 10 music, man. That's big. Sigma, those are big acts in the UK still. And so as an open format DJ, when open format was real open format, I would play Shy FX, Shake Your Body, and, General Levy, Incredible, M-Beat, and stuff like that.
Those were part of the open format. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they were mainstays in any open format set for years and years and years. And like that was, so I've just always had that connection to it. But the stuff that I play on Twitch is stuff that I raved to as a youngster. That's the difference. It's not necessarily like progressive house. I used to go to Bedrock at Heaven in London, first Thursday of every month. John Digweed's night, Sasha and Digweed. And that was like incredibly important to me in the early 2000s. Oh my God, it's still so influential over me. But then my housemate, one of my housemates, my best friend in the world, who's now lives in Australia, he got a job at Fabric London. Sick. He was their new media manager. He did their website and all that for like 5 years. And so I went to Fabric from like 2002 to 2005, pretty much every weekend, access all areas. hanging out in the DJ booths, just watching and listening and getting messed up as well. We're having a good time.
That's
but
a golden ticket, man.
You know, that is an education right there. Do you know what I mean? So I've seen the best DJs in the world close up, you know, and it was obviously the big nights there at that time was like True Players, you know, and RAM Records were doing nights, and then it's just loads of drum and bass all the time. Like Friday nights was just like, even Scratch Perverts at that point, it was just loads of drum and bass all the time. So I've heard the best, and that was the stuff that I went out and partied to. That's why when you give me the choice with no commercial considerations, the stuff that you partied to in your late teens, your early 20s, that's the stuff that's always going to touch you the most. So yeah, I'll always be an open format DJ at heart. I love too many. If you told me I could never play a rock set again, I'd be sad. I've now been doing my Sunday show, Liquid, you know, Sub Bass Sundays, it was my 15th episode last night. So I've been doing that for, 3 months. Yeah, 3 and a bit months, right? So I've been exploring. I was watching some drum and bass on Twitch already, but I wasn't like getting into the community in quite the same way. And I've got to say, the drum and bass community on Twitch is awesome. Like, it's fully awesome. There is so much support for everybody. And to be honest, like, drum and bass has always seemed a bit, as someone who's a bit of an outsider, as a bit of kind of an insular kind of scene, a bit cliquey. But I don't see that on Twitch. I don't feel that on Twitch. I feel like it's very welcoming, and I feel like everyone's supporting each other. I might be wrong on that. I don't know. And again, I'm still kind of an outsider to it, but I feel like everyone's getting each other's back, because drum and bass has always been a kind of, not sidelined, do you know what I mean? But it's always been outside of the mainstream.
If there's a big festival, you know, if there's a big festival with 4 rooms, the drum and bass room is room 4 of 4. For
me, Twitch is all about the community stuff.
Yep.
You know, I have my own community that I've built around what I do, and you know, incredible what's going on. You know, I have my own team and stuff. The Progress family, they all do. Every Wednesday is like a raid train building up to me, and then I raid out from there. It's like, this is so special, the community stuff that's going on. And I just feel like, yeah, drum and bass, it feels like everyone's kind of got each other's back. There's not too much sniping going on. Everyone's just like, this is our place where we can shine, where maybe we don't get a chance to shine because we're always in that 4th room at the festival, or the 4th tent, you know, that grungy tent at the back near to the toilets. Like, we're, you know, this is a place for drum and bass to really shine and come through. And I love that.
Some of it can be attributed to United States drum and bass communicating a lot better from this too. One thing that's kind of hindered the drum and bass community domestically here in the United States is that we're such a huge country and so far spread apart that a lot of us in the last year, we've actually started discovering similar scenes all over the U.S. Hey, you've been doing this for 20 years and I never even talked to you once. Hey, you've been doing this for 20 years and I never talked to you once, right? And like Atlanta, Seattle, Portland, even up in Vancouver and like Texas and you know, all over the East Coast, these scenes that may not even be like the major metropolitan scenes, like these, you know, Sacramento, we're 100 miles away from San Francisco. We have a 2 million population. We're a decent sized city, but we're not the biggest city in the country, right? And these type of scenes are all starting to connect right now, and you're starting to see like what made those local scenes strong is what's making this bigger network strong as well. Everybody's supporting each other, everyone getting each other's back. It's a beautiful thing. It's super awesome.
Where's it go?
Do you think they can tell? Do you think they can tell? What up? Oh, hey, we're live. What's up, y'all? It's 916 Junglist channel. Pew pew. Pew pew. What's going on, everybody? DJ's Not DJing has officially started. I got some shout outs to give. First things first, though. Soundcheck crew, let me know. Are we coming in okay? Are we coming in hot? Everything sound all right? Sounding good, says Man Like Deep. Word up. We can tell. We can tell. Perfect beat specific guru. Appreciate that. Everybody, let's get these shout outs in a second. Everybody, exclamation point Zoom in the chat. Get into this Zoom. Let's have a big conversation. Let's catch up, y'all. Because some of us, it's been a minute. Some of us, the streaming a little bit less frequently. Life has been coming back into play for some of us, and it's a real thing. So I'd like to catch up with a lot of y'all. Please jump in the Zoom, exclamation point Zoom in the chat. Let's see what's going on. Big shout out to Carlos Scalata, Toka Drums, what up? Man Like Deep, what up, man? Man Like Deep just subbed in 13 months at tier 1. Says big up 916 Junglist and crew. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. You're one other person I wish would type exclamation point Zoom right now. Get in here. Nikki Painter, what up? Good to see you, Nikki Painter. Beat Specific Guru. No shouts out for you. Just kidding. Big up, man. Yo, Yarn B Games. Thank you so much for 4 months at tier 1. That's a good look. What up, Yarn B? How you doing? E-Rock, what up? Tex Flexin. It's another person I hope to see in the Zoom. Actually, I think he's in the green room. He is. Sit tight, E-Rock. I'll be in there in just a second. Knives and coffee. Not knives and coffee. That's an interesting combination. What up? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're using the knife to stir your coffee. That's probably a great application for a knife with a coffee. E-Rock was 14 months at tier 1 just recently. Oh. Big up your chest, my friend. Appreciate you. Your RB Games throwing a hundo down. Thank you so much. Carla Scalata was first. She was throwing up the wet floor sign. Is that what that says? Yeah, it's a wet floor. Watch out. Appreciate y'all locking in. All good, adjusting the stuff. I feel that. Big up from the 707. That's what's up. Big up Knives and Coffee. Two of my favorite things. A couple other follows earlier tonight or today, wherever you're at. Freaky Fisher 007 followed a little while ago. Appreciate you, Freaky Fisher. And then my favorite follow of the day today, Grumpy Bollocks. Grumpy Bollocks. Thank you so much for the follow. Aren't you just
have to do that right as I was drinking?
Aren't you just a ray of sunshine? Love you. What a name. All right.
This person's coming on Inside the Ride when Inside the Ride happens and Taco Rewind happens just to criticize you on the state of United States drum and bass.
Bring it. It's not the first time. It's not the last. Love
United
all the listeners
States
from all over
drum
the
and
world.
bass is shite.
Yo, speaking of international listeners, there has been something going on at Twitch involving the cost of subscriptions.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. They are localizing the cost of subscriptions. And some areas, I was looking at the price changes. It's fucking significantly less than it was just a month ago to subscribe to a channel that you enjoy, which is super dope.
I wonder if they'll do that. Like, do you think they would do that locally as far as, like the states go? Like, so if I'm based in Connecticut, if the Connecticut homies wanted to subscribe to me, it would be less, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're going to be doing that.
I don't know if it'll be like that. I'm not sure. It's on a national level, right? Yeah. When we're talking about state, they're talking about the country.
My most interesting follows, I got an interesting follow today too.
What you got?
The username that I got was 2603 underscore 6000 underscore BA07 underscore 8C 751 underscore CC60.
Dude, can you
Welcome
please
to the
copy and paste that?
Fan.
Can you please copy and paste that into the chat with a shout out? Can we get a shout out command to
Here we go. Here it comes. Shout out.
Perfect.
Paste. Boom. Boom. There it is.
Is it?
Oh, I didn't do it? What?
It did.
It bigged me up? Okay.
That's definitely a human being.
Yeah, 100%. Not a robot trying to take over the world.
No, that was my name on OnlyFans. So that's what a coincidence. No, good shit though. Oh, was there a hype train? You guys are hilarious.
Yeah, shit.
Big up on the scam train. Appreciate you guys. We got a couple in the waiting room. Let's bring them in just a second. Before we get everybody from the waiting room, please exclamation point Zoom. Get in the waiting room right now. We'll bring everybody in. Woodchuck the Gray Squirrel. We'll flood them in and be just a minute. But before we get into that, I want to talk about what we're going to be talking about. Okay. So what we're going to be talking about today. First of all, this is DJ's Not DJing. My name is Billy Lane. That guy, amazing person over there, is Mr. Darth Vader. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Yeah.
And that number in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, could you please explain to the audience what that number is?
That number has been recently updated to reflect the current flight schedule destination of your arrival here in the state of Connecticut. So we're at 11 days, 19 hours, 21 minutes, and 6 seconds.
Sick. I love it. For those that don't know, Fader and I, complete strangers a little over a year ago. And in the course of a year, we now basically talk every day. We're bestest of friends, but we've never met IRL.
Never.
So this is the countdown to sweet, sweet bromance. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I'm going to have my phone out and I'll be streaming to Twitch from my phone. And I'm going to stream
I should do the same, right?
Getting off the plane and and the actual meeting of Fader. So make sure y'all look out for that because it won't be a very long stream, but it definitely will happen. I'm sure y'all put it on YouTube and stuff too, with amazing music and slow motion.
Spandu Ballet or whatever that thing is, or Enya or something. Who can say when you're
Chariots of Fire, dude.
only time.
Just open arms.
Billy.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So definitely meet on the beach. Cut to the scene of us running and meeting on the beach as if it's like
and we just fling suitcases and shit.
This is getting too good. This is banana hammocks and all. Oh, with my taco speedo.
Speedos,
God.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is getting terrible. This is getting terrible. Back to my OnlyFans account. What up, Spire? Man Like Deep. Get in this Zoom. So today we're going to be talking about there's a new RANE mixer. We were looking at the specs of it when it was still kind of in beta and in speculation. Well, now it has officially come out, the A-TRAK Signature Edition of the RANE 70. So we're going to take a look at what the features are that are exclusive to the A-TRAK Signature Edition. And I'm telling you, dude, it's actually kind of tight. Especially if you're like us and are into just doing nerdy shit that maybe is impractical on a daily use basis, but who cares? We still want to nerd out and go that extra step, right? And this thing gets a little bit deep, which is pretty rad. Nice. Then, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about the localized sub pricing and the changes in the sub prices in different countries and like how big some of those changes are in some of the countries is pretty cool. And then after that, or even probably just now, talk about our days, talk about how things have been going, how the weeks have been going, and stuff like that. We're gonna run in the Zoom room coming in. E-Rock, Toka drums is coming in. Man Like Deep coming in. Toka's in West Sacramento. E-Rock is in Dallas, Texas. Man Like Deep is with the
American
Gladiators. Those aren't the American Gladiators. Those are the Gladiators, which was the British version of
correct.
American Gladiators.
Very good.
Pardon me. Yeah, I was like, I don't see Nitro, I don't see Laser, I don't see Blazer, I don't see Taser.
Dude.
Who knew that of all things, Gladiators internationally would be Billy's specialist subject.
I'm such a fan. My favorite. I mean, all the events in American Gladiators were amazing, but my favorite though was when they had to carry the ball 10 yards and try to get into the end zone. And the funny thing about it was, look at the people behind Deep right now. Those are like enormous people.
Specimen.
Right. And then like the contestants that they would get in, it was like normal sized
Average
people
dad bod. Yeah, right.
that were like
Amazing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like dad bod versus professional wrestler.
And there was
like,
no shoulder pads.
No,
there was no like. It was just people were getting destroyed on that.
Pure concussions happened for sure.
I loved how serious everybody took it. Like they're like they even stood
They're
a
trying
chance
to
at
go.
times.
They're trying to no level, dude.
What's that? What's that?
I was convinced nobody ever saw the show. That's
What's
what
that
it was.
show?
Nobody knew.
What's that show? Wipeout? Is it called Wipeout? Where they're kind of jumping on shit and kind of falling off.
Yes, the
Yes.
obstacle,
Kind of
extreme
comedy.
obstacle course
So
shit.
we have a British version of that, and I knew a DJ. I fucking forgot his name. His name's, damn it, he's a house DJ. Anyway, he went on it, sprained his ankle, broke his ankle or something. He couldn't. That was as far as he got. He didn't even get on TV.
Didn't even get on.
And I'm thinking, E-Rock, I'm thinking, by the time you get through preliminary rounds and you actually get on camera, you are fucking hype.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'd be
Through
ready
a lot
for
of
it.
shit. Yeah. you can
When I was a
scream
kid,
and
it was most extreme elimination challenge. Was
dude.
MXC.
Yeah.
There's actually,
MXC,
I don't know if it's still on, but there used to be a 24-hour MXC on Twitch. They might have gotten burned down by now.
That was the other one. That was what I wasn't know what that was all drafted off. It was like Takeshi's Castle or something like that. It's a Japanese version of that, and that was
sick.
bonkers. Like they still have that on, and yeah, people get really injured on that show, and there's like clearly no disregard, whatever.
Spire can confirm that the MXC 24-hour channel on Twitch is still on.
Yes.
My favorite event on that one was
that right
Sinkers
now.
and Floaters.
What the fuck?
You guys remember that one, the
Floaters.
Sinkers and Floaters one? So they had this like it wasn't even like, you know how these days everything is like these pre-made obstacle courses where they have like trussing and extra padding, and like the pool of water is like this made reservoir that they've constructed. But no, this is like some pond, right? Like on out in some random location with like dirt and mud and grass and shit. And then they had this obstacle course called Sinkers and Floaters. And what it was you would looks like all these little cobblestones that you had to run, and you had to jump from cobblestone to cobblestone to get across this body of water. And some of the cobblestones would stay, and some of those cobblestones would sink if you stepped on them. They were just floaty things that looked like they could actually stay there. And so people would be running, and then they would step on one thinking that it was a sturdy foothold, but then it would just fall into the water.
Idiot, right.
Yeah, and like some of the funny ones, because they would fall so hard that they would fall into like a post that was the ones that's supposed to stay up.
Holding up. Yeah,
They would just eat it into the post. It's so.
Or the guys that would run and think they'd have it down, they'd be like,
Yeah, they think they know which one it is, and then
Yeah, right,
boom, full speed into a fucking pole.
The amount of paperwork you'd have to sign to not get sued for shit like
yeah,
that.
right.
Oh, dude, so
Would not
bad.
hold this company liable for any
Right,
bodily injury.
Right?
I
So
put
bad.
the Takeshi's Castle up in the chat for later, guys. When you guys want to see that, that's
What's that?
It's probably worth
Take
doing
a look.
Takeshi.
It's like the original. That's what some
Word.
of this all like Wipeout. All of these came from like this Japanese game show, and
The waiver was real.
it's like I said, it's 2 times as brutal from a human being standpoint. People like face planted into rocks and all kinds of stuff. They just show it, and then that's just it. They just keep going. It doesn't even matter. And they laugh
Oh,
at
that
'em.
must have hurt. Okay, next person.
Health and safety be damned.
Joshua Carl from Boston coming in to the Zoom. How you doing, Joshua Carl?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good to see you,
good.
my
Oh,
friend.
boy.
Thanks.
One thing that I was not mentioning until Joshua Carl came in here is
Yes.
something as an addition to tonight's stream, and a very, very special addition to tonight's stream, is actually something I'm going to hand off to Joshua Carl right now. What do you have for us as a special present?
I just got here. So as you guys are probably aware, we are having a Twitch. Now, truth be told, I did not elect to call it a partner panel. That was something that the DJ EXPO brass decided to brand it. But we are having a Twitch panel at the International DJ EXPO, which is not this coming week, but the week after. And these gentlemen here are on it with me. Of course, I invited them and some other pretty influential people in the Twitch community and the DJ Twitch community that are going to be up there as well. For those who've never been, the DJ Expo in Atlantic City is a great place to learn things. But as I've gotten older, it's become the spot to see the homies once a year. Once a year we go out, we have drinks. It's like being 22 again. It's just nothing but DJs. It's amazing, new tech. It's a getaway weekend, or a getaway week, I should say. We usually show up Sunday night. We roll out either Wednesday night or Thursday afternoon.
I'm so excited for this, by the way. And the West Coast, we have NAM in Anaheim, and that's kind of like our, like you're saying, like the annual schmooze with the homies, right?
Right.
And so, but I've never been to the East Coast one. So DJ Expo is the one that I've heard is like that for the DJs out there. Everyone meets up and has a good time. You know what I mean? And go ahead.
Well, the difference is, and the big difference, and because I've been to both, NAM is almost overwhelming if you're trying to do it all, because it's all aspects of music and entertainment. Yeah. Everybody's there. So it's just like, oh my God, like somebody was like, oh, have you been downstairs? I'm like, there's a downstairs? I'm like, are you... like it took me an hour to walk across this whole place. It's insane.
I have a video of one of my NAMs that it's where we're like, okay, we're at booths 1 through 19,000. Now we're at booths 19,000 through 25,000. Like, and we kept all going up to like 50,000, like different vendor booths and shit from the different types of music categories and aspects of music, and then publishing and everything else that goes into it. They're all there too. It's crazy. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's totally nuts. The cool thing about Expo, it's all DJs. There's DJs and DJ companies. So like Pioneer, RANE, In Music, EV, as well as like companies trying to sell like their new photo booth or new technology, lighting. Yeah, the Chauvet booth is always insane.
Ape Labs.
It's a good floor. It's what I tell everybody is bring ear protection. There's a guy who goes around there and tries to keep these people like with their noise low, but everybody, actually, if I can do an aside real quick with the Biz Marquee story. Biz was playing at this booth as like the headliner, and they had I think it was Denon or somebody, and he had those 45s, and he's playing, and the booth across the way from him is like some East Coast company selling like, pimp your turntables, or it wasn't them, but it was like one of those companies who had a much bigger sound system than the system that Biz was playing on. And this kid is just at 11 and then we're talking like 2014, 15, and he's just ripping like the Showtech edits, and Biz is just literally standing there like with his head tilted sideways, giving him like the Michaela Maroney, like, really, dude? Like, and so what does Biz do? He proceeds to just cold drop nothing but acapellas straight up and just stand there with his arms folded, waiting for this dude to get it. And people are going over to him like, yo, you got to turn it down. And he's just like, nah, man. Nah. He's just ripping, Nah. It was just like, oh my God. Do you understand what's happening here? It was so funny. But anyways, with that, there's a, to get a full Expo pass is like $350. I was able to talk to the DJ Expo, and they gave me a small stack of passes to give away. So on every one of my streams between now and then, I will be giving away one, and I gave one here to the crew. So
that's dope, dude. Thank you so much. If you're gonna be at
Expo, if you're going or thinking, or if you're on the fence, like, oh, I'd love to go.
Dude, if you've never been to a convention, I recommend going to something like this. This is a really like analog social networking, honestly. If you've never been to one ever, I think that this would really be a good thing.
Go ahead. I went to a convention once in Amsterdam, and the convention was for online dating.
Wow.
and I wasn't on a panel like Josh, unfortunately, but I wasn't.
Unfortunately,
because I used to years ago, I used to work for an online dating website. Mm-hmm. So it's a thing, and it's an industry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The problem is, it sounds more interesting than it was in Amsterdam. Online dating, it sounds like it could have been well, but it actually wasn't. We got a bit stoned, and that was the end of it.
That's a wrap.
I wanted to ask Joshua, have you been invited to something like this, to panel a kind of thing like this before?
Yeah. So, not for Twitch. I was running the panel for DJ Expo for the last like 10 years for video DJing. So I had a couple years I had one panel, a lot of years I had two. And one was like the tech side of like how to make video remixes, how to like make sure your video software is putting out the best version of, you know, your thing. And the other thing was actually more like how to market video DJing into like weddings and mobile events and things like that. So
Cool.
yeah, I've had a relationship with them for a while.
Awesome.
So for those that are not paying attention to the chat, and the reason that I'm quiet is because I'm here trying to fix the drop game.
My drop game.
Yeah, exactly.
How
And
come, I have a question.
I'm sorry,
and it's,
man.
and it's a tech question.
Uh-oh.
How come we all kind of look washed out on the stream? Like
Do
I'm
you?
looking, I know the zoom here is gonna look a
Oh, yeah.
certain way, but I'm looking over at the stream and I'm,
Overexposed. A little
Hey,
bit.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it on the Zoom client on my side. We all look fuzzy in the client.
oh my, no,
I have no
I know.
filters on or nothing. There's
Yeah,
nothing
we
going
look.
on.
We all. Yeah, we look.
Toka,
washed out
Toka looks
in the-
Toka looks great
in the broadcast.
somehow.
Mm.
I look terrible. I don't know what that's about, Toka, bro.
Wait, let's fix that. There we go. I had something on, actually. How does that look?
Hey, yep, that's a little better.
Hey,
Okay.
that is better.
Drinking
And
a lot of water.
All right, here's a question: is it fucked up that I noticed that? Do I have a problem?
It
No,
makes me want
not
to
at
see
all.
you. It makes me want to see you at the expo more now. It's
Yeah,
like, wow,
exactly.
This guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, I'm over here fixing things left and right. So
I'm kind of like,
Josh
stop
was like,
by
oh,
my
yeah, you
stream,
gotta
Josh. I need some
turn that off.
advice.
what I don't understand is how does this all work a week ago, and then you
Well,
Nothing happens,
Hey,
and it's
this
all
is the
fucked up.
mystery of OBS, isn't it?
Billy,
Right.
on the Shack, Plinko was going nuts today. I was having a bitch of a time with it today for some weird reason.
that's weird.
And Streamlabs has been acting up too.
Yes, sir.
The
And
emo
my-
walls have been all blurry and shit.
My
It like fixed like halfway through my stream today.
I noticed that as well. The my 2.4 network all week has been garbage, and I thought it was my router or my my extender, and I reset them all, and it didn't matter. I just think I have Verizon gigabit, which has been amazing for me, but the 5.0 is fine, but the 2.4 is just utter garbage. My lights are all on 2.4, so I can't do anything with them.
Dude, did they ban my account from using this game?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me
You
see.
dropped it way too hard, way too many times.
Right.
Well, they sent me a warning one time saying that I wasn't showing their logo, and I fixed that.
Hmm.
But don't you pay money for the drop game?
No, I don't pay money for the drop game.
Because so now they want me to pay money to get the drop game. I only got Plinko.
Are you serious?
Yes,
what
I
it
have
is?
to buy gold coins that let you
I
unlock
see
the drop
it.
game.
This theme rerequires an add-on. What are they
There
doing?
it is. Oh, they got you. So you were grandfathered in, is what you're saying? I had no idea.
Updating them policies.
Boom.
Yep. That's how they get you. Only the first taste is free.
So you get Plinko but no drop, huh? Well, then I guess I got to take drop off of the thing for now. I'm not mad at them. I get it. Get your paper, boo boo. Like it's all good.
Are they? How much do they charge?
I'm gonna find out in a second here. Let me see. First things first. Let's get Plinko going so that we can fix that. Make sure that Plinko works.
I'm always looking for another game. I feel like
Hi, Corinne.
it's.
Big up.
I agree with you, Josh.
Oh,
I fixed it. Sorry, I did that.
darkness.
It's
Charlie Murphy.
just bear with me, guys. I'm over here doing whatever.
Tinkering.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad to be back. I'm just gonna say that, Billy.
I'm
I feel like I haven't
It's
been
good
here in
to
a
see all
month.
you guys. I
It's
feel
been-
like that too.
Right?
Dude, you haven't been here in a
No.
while, E-Rock. How are you? How has your week been?
It's been very chaotic, man. I'm looking forward to the birthday stream. So there's a birthday stream on Friday with Big E and everybody, and then there's a birthday stream on Saturday with the doctor. And I think I might be raiding into a special someone in the top left corner of my Zoom room after that.
Tight.
Whoa.
Spire coming in 16 months at tier 1. He says, big up your lip.
I see from the annex there too. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Big
Dude,
up your lip.
get in here. Seriously, get in here, Mr. Librarian. Entity 17 months. That's the biggest number yet.
Kaboom.
17
Wow.
months at tier 1. Pretty sure he's my first sub.
He is. He's got me beat by 1 month. I was about to drop mine, and then I saw 17. I was like,
Somebody-
never mind.
Messing
I'll
with
keep
my
it to
lights.
myself.
It's whatever.
It is not me this time, Josh. I promise. I'm out on this
looking-
one.
The
I
Saturn
gotta
ring.
call you up.
Let me see if I can get Plinko working. Maybe at least we can do Plinko for now.
Nothing's happening.
Okay. Plinko works. Good. So let me
Gremlins Day.
remove
It is
Drop.
Gremlins Day.
From the channel points, and you can at least do Plinko. Yo, Corinne, get in here.
Yo,
Corinne, please
Tic Tac-
jump in the Zoom.
Tic Tac's gonna be on the East Coast the same time you are.
13 months at tier 1. She just subscribed. Thank you, Corinne. Heart you.
Sorry.
What is that?
That was a
E-Rock,
bug.
It didn't
Yeah,
work
I
out.
know. That was weird. So like I linked it over, but it totally destroyed the link. That's my
It's gonna
bad.
be a copy pasta situation for you guys.
Oh shit.
How bad do you want it? Okay. She says perfect. I love it. I want to talk to her about Jungle Cruise.
Yes. Yes.
If we
yes. Let's
Give
do
this a
it.
shot
more about
again.
her
Sorry.
I'm such a big stan for fucking Jungle Cruise.
All right, I give up. That's it.
So my week has been interesting, y'all.
Get it.
First of all, completely outside of DJing, I've played Fortnite with Darth Vader twice in the past couple of days.
Was not
If you
expecting
call it playing Fortnite, I'm
Yeah,
really,
no,
really bad. And hang on one second, Joe. Hang on one second. I'm on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it
I'm live
exactly
right now. What do you need?
being successful at playing Fortnite. He just kind of like runs around and is just like shadow.
No, I'm
Just follows me
live
around
right
for a
now.
little while. I mean, that's so he's he's learning, but it's
He's right on par with all the other 12-year-olds.
yeah. Except
Librarian coming in. Perfect. Sorry, guys. I'm fixing bugs left and right, y'all.
that's fine, bro. I'm just trying to cover fucking.
Thank
time
you.
while you're dropping out.
Yes. Librarian, how you doing, my friend?
What is this?
What is what?
Yeah, that's not him. That's not where he stands.
What up?
I fear
I don't-
change.
I don't see.
fear
I
change.
don't-
I
back
don't
to
like
your
this,
other
he says.
Go back to your other spot.
Stitchy, how you doing, man? I didn't even see you were in here. When did that happen?
Oh, thank God.
Welcome to the
Jesus
library.
criminy, what is going on
There we
today?
go. Hello, everybody.
The real library.
Dude, I love it.
Well, So my Serato, what is it? The core and engine of it just shut the other day.
Oh
So,
no!
How's that even happen?
And I've been trying to rebuild a library. So I started looking at Record Box.
Enjoy. Any kind of database when it gets hosed and having to rebuild from the ground up is not a great experience.
It's not, but because I built so much of it in iTunes already, and like that's how I sort everything, it's actually been pretty easy. And so right now I'm building both Serato and Record Box at the same time.
Perfect.
So they all can hear.
The XML file, if it gets hosed and you're like reliant on playlists and crates or whatever they're called in whatever software you use, it can be a pain in the ass. I'm a big advocate. I've said this before. I'm a big advocate of using the ID3 tag in the file instead, and like use the comments field to use like descriptive tags of what the song is, and like basically any name that you would have for a playlist or a crate, just put that into the comments field instead, and then you could just search for that name and it comes up as the results in your searches. And then that way, if your library gets hosed, all of that data stays with the MP3 file. So as long as the data is fine, when you bring that data into a new library, you can continue with that workflow, just searching descriptive tags. And your workflow changes. You start to spend more time kind of describing what you're looking for instead of actual like artist and title type stuff. It's actually pretty helpful.
I heard a lot of people that used iTunes ran into some problems, and then I had a friend who actually jacked up his library, not using iTunes, and he was able to get it back using the backup Serato folder. Like he was able to go in there and get his data and make that the main data, and then he got everything back.
I couldn't do that with mine. I tried.
The only thing right now,
go
ahead.
Serato 2, like my OS is so old on this 09 MacBook I've got. I updated Serato too much, evidently. The support told me to take it back one, and that was the in between that change and then iTunes, it goes.
Yeah.
But I've been on the smart crate tip for ages, like hashtag, insert whatever it is.
Right.
That's how
I love smart crates, and I love that it, like, the way that it has the power of metadata. Right. It's awesome. The problem with the new Apple Music is that it's not as reliant on an XML library anymore, and so that whole architecture is fucking up software that was designed to, buckle into the library via XML. And so the workarounds involve like exporting, because you can still export as an XML from iTunes client, and then you can import that XML as the target for the whatever software you're using, but that's not a solution, it's a workaround, right? I think, if you ask me, and if there's a software developer out there, if you ask me, there is a need for an application that would do something like Mixed-In Key is trying to do right now, where it does like, we have really good algorithm to analyze the key of your song. You can set your cue points. It works in Rekordbox or Serato. Doesn't matter. The cue points are the cue points. You could do all of your metadata, all of your comment tagging, or whatever your workflow is. You can do it in there. The only thing it doesn't do, and I wish it did, is I wish it had media management, automatic media management, because that's what got me hooked on iTunes, was like not having to worry about creating the new shit folders to put all of my new shit into, and like having to maintain my media that way, or try to be really correct with it, and like you're doing like a date structure, or you actually have like an artist folder and like album folders inside of the artist folder. Like if you're really like trying to be like super specific with your media management, I don't have time for that, right? I want to import it into a library and then have it automatically copy those files into some sort of destination, and it stays there, and then my XML accesses that library, right? I want the media management to be done automatically for me, and so iTunes does that really well. Pioneer Rekordbox halfway does that, but not very well. And I think that a software like Mixed-In Key is like dropping the ball a little bit and not having like a media management portion to their software, because that would be clutch.
On a weird side note, is it just me, or is Serato just pretty to look at in comparison to Rekordbox?
Yeah, I think that there's like
font smoothing and like their separation. I mean, I look at spreadsheets all the damn time, and Rekordbox just looks like another spreadsheet to me.
Yeah, it's very square.
One of the things they did when going from Serato DJ to Serato DJ Pro, and Serato DJ, there used to be an option to put your display in like HD mode, which would add all the like the kerneling and all that shit. And when they went to Pro, they just put that in there now, so it's stuck there.
But it's also the fact that the key is color coded. That separation for me, like I just drop that in, and it allows me to have enough visual separation within the whole field.
Sure.
And also how it lines up, like one's lining up to the left, one's lining up to the right. It's just like the little things. I'm like, wow, like whoever the designer is for Serato, hat tip. Like,
yeah, the software is gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
And its the function is good too. It took a while to get there, but I would say it's very functional now. I think that my biggest critique of Serato most recently would be how long it took them to become M1 chip compatible, and how long it takes them to develop software for new operating systems. It seems like they're always like, they've had the developer build as long as every other developer out there. It's like
I can tell you firsthand, they don't come in the beta, and we're not sitting with it in beta for a long time. Like usually we get something in beta, and we give it like 7 to 10 days of work before it goes to public beta. and then public beta tends to last long because that's when you get the guys that are like, yeah, I got a 2005
Right.
Hewlett Packard, and I'm trying to run.
Throw it to the random shit. Yeah.
It's just like, all right, let's see what we can do.
Let's see what every other configuration under the sun does with this software, right? Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
can see
funny
that.
thing that I'm running into now is because I use AIF instead of MP3.
I love AIF instead of MP3. And for those
Yeah.
that don't know the difference between AIF and WAVE, is they're both lossless formats, but AIF has the ability to also contain metadata, and WAVEs do not.
Yep.
So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that because I encode all my vinyl, Adobe Audition had an update. Ever since then, whatever the new compression tool is that's in their AIF export is jacking up Serato, and it won't let me save my grid or save cue points to it, but it will allow me to save the metadata I put into it. And so right now I'm dealing with Serato technical support. Big up to Marcus, who's like been holding my hand through this whole damn thing.
Cool. Sounds brutal, man. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I go on vacation and everything falls apart.
Yeah, I'm kind of understanding that right now. Me dealing with this no drop game all of a sudden. They're with the quick cash grab and dangling into the carrot in front of me now. It is what it is. That's finishing on with my week. Sorry, we started with playing Fortnite terribly. It's really smoky in California right now, by the way, and so I'm a little raspy. Sorry, I'm gonna drink water.
It's making its way all the way over here, dude.
It's bad.
There's a news story that says that there's like smoke and stuff or whatever that's in our area that's out from that way.
From California.
Yeah, 100%.
It's it smells like camping outside, basically, and it's like
kind of nice.
Yeah, kind of nice.
Yeah. The whole environment fucking falling apart and everything else.
Right.
Nice. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Right. Jeez Louise. And then the Saturday. Oh man, Saturday. I was in San Francisco on Saturday, and we went to the Nikki Painter drove me up to San Francisco, and we did I went to the Diesel Boy show, Izzy's birthday.
Yeah.
And got to see a whole bunch of friends. Saw Corinne there. Is Corinne here yet, by the way? No, she's not here yet. Okay.
I think she's coming.
She's coming. Saw Corinne there. I'm going to forget names, so I'm just going to try not to name drop. But I saw a lot of friends there. And we had a really, really good time. And I was hoping to be able to stream from the room, but I was not able to because I wasn't able to get a good signal from where I was at. So that's something to consider. Also, another thing worth considering, and even if I could stream, another thing that was bugging me was I couldn't find like I don't want to say a safe place, just a place where the cameras won't walk away if I was to leave the room for a couple
You're
minutes.
looking on the live stream to be like, who's the asshole that took away the
Yeah, exactly.
camera? Where the fuck is he? All right, well, that's that bitch. All right, yeah.
Because that would definitely happen. Corinne, you made it in. Yes.
I did.
Oh, you're a real American too. I love it.
Yeah, that's from last time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I had to put my groceries away. I was like, fuck. You want to talk about Jungle Cruise? Fuck.
I do.
Can we? Yeah.
Yeah, can we please talk about Jungle Cruise?
I mean, it's my favorite thing to talk about.
Go Jungle Cruise.
You recently
it's your
celebrated
birthday.
a year.
Go Jungle. Oh,
It's been so successful that they wrote a movie about it. And
right? It's in IMAX.
It's at IMAX even. So
they
how
cast
are
The
things...
Rock as Duchess, Billy. Can you fucking believe it? The Rock as Duchess? What?
So can you tell us a little bit about, what's going on? Whoops, I broke things. Hang on. Okay, I fixed it. Can you tell us a little bit about how things are going on Monday? How are things going with Corinne in general? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just pulled a fucking lemon tree out of the ground this morning like a fucking superhero. I mean, this thing was so big I couldn't even lift it up.
Wait, like two hands grabbed
Like-
it by the trunk and just said,
I mean, there was
just
much
pull a lemon tree out the
shoveling.
fucking ground.
There was much shoveling and breaking apart before that, but yes, I fucking did. And then I was like, raw. Actually, this
Did you
Some of them I'm
really like
listening to.
scream in victory? Like, yeah.
I did that on some of them, but this one I went for real because I was like, damn, this tree's hella big. I just pulled this out of the ground. I must be getting stronger. This one I literally said, like,
missed my
"For
calling.
real?"
I should have been a tree
A
puller.
lumberjack.
Could have been a lumberjack.
Fucking that's what I've been doing. My yard is full of trees and neglect, and I am now trying to get them out so I can landscape it. But Jungle Cruise is doing good. 1 year, we broke out the puppets. It's terrifying.
So good.
I don't know if you've seen that. There's a puppet of me floating around.
So
Pretty
good.
Scary.
It was so good. Yeah, the 1 year show. See, I unfortunately, because of Motown on Mondays, I haven't been able to catch the Jungle Cruise as frequently as I did. And luckily, because you were doing your 1 year and you were spilling over time, I caught it when I got home from my gig, and
Yeah.
I was having a ball. It was really good. I had a good time.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the it's not. I have a lot of respect for Jim Henson and his folks because that was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like under a green screen sheet, like with a stick for the little hand, and like then I had to start the music because I wanted to time it, and it's so not timed right, but I wanted to time it with the theme song. So, and I've got OBS open in the camera, and it's really hot, and I'm like under this sheet. So all the takeaway footage is just me going, ah, you know, because like it's dying, and my hand hurt from the puppet, and oh Jesus.
Yo,
Anyway.
mad love to Church Drum and Bass. I'm reading the chat right now, talking about how they're streaming the Diesel Boy show, and how he had to get his camera charged up. He was like calm and collected. Corinne, you and I were talking about with him. He was like, "Yeah, my camera's not working. It's fine. I'm just gonna throw a graphic up for a little bit, charge the battery, be good to go." Goes back, camera's working. Yeah, we're good to go. Camera's back up, streams live, up and running. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, dude, fucking on it,
Yeah,
man.
he
It's good
doesn't.
shit."
Yeah, he's a pro.
He's a
So,
pro, man. He knows what's up. He was calm.
You know
and
how we
collected.
were talking about like the when
Good.
you,
That
last
was
week-
not an impersonation of him, by the way. That was just me.
It was
It
convincing.
was a terrible one.
If it was not correct at all.
dude. So you guys were talking about the show like last week about how you guys were doing that whole thing in San Francisco, and I made the joke. I'm like, yo, somebody better talk to Damien and get me his dad, like a drop or something vocal, you know, whatever. With Bertie Higgins is his dad, who had this one-hit wonder yacht rock song called Key Largo, and I play it like I play it, and he's like, he just hit me in the whispers like, you know, hey, you know, I talked to Damien, and like his dad would totally be down, but he's like recuperating from, you know, from like surgery or something, so like when he gets better, like we'll do it, or he's down to do it. I'm
That's
like,
fucking
what?
amazing.
I was just doing it as kind of like a gag, like a goof. But the fact that he fucking Tic Tac went and like talked to him, I was like,
He
yo,
totally
that's so-
did. He was
that's
like,
so
he's like,
cool.
Corinne, shh, but blah blah blah.
I had to shh too. I didn't know that he knew. I thought it was gonna like come a little bit
I
later.
was waiting for him to finish his story to say. anything.
Yeah, totally.
I was like,
I already knew. Oh, okay. Yeah, he just messaged me.
Yeah,
sitting on that.
dude, that's amazing. For those that don't know, the
Cool.
connection. Yeah, that's that is the connection between Diesel Boy and Bernie Higgins. That's his dad is the person who's saying, "Sail away to Key Largo."
Amazing song.
Dude, he throws a pinky up when he hits the cigarette in that music video. He throws a
Boom!
pinky up, for real.
And he's got like the man meat hanging out. It's just like it's fly.
It's fly as
Great
fuck. You
video.
kidding me?
I had to revisit that the other day, and so I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Oh, he's got a what?"
Hell yeah.
Good shit. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Big up Stevie B. Big up Stevie B is going to be in the Road Rules with us, or in the, or is it more like Jersey Shore
Yeah,
house?
Expo House.
It's
Yeah,
Jersey Shore.
More like the Jersey Shore house with us.
Literally.
road rules. Holy shit. I
So
haven't thought about that shit.
right, yeah, right. So for those that don't know, when the countdown to Bromance completes, our first stop is going to be at the DJ Expo, what we've been talking about, and we're all going to be staying at a house. Joshua, Carl, Fader, myself, and Stevie B in the chat. We're all staying at a house off the Jersey Shore for like 3 days, 2 days, something like that. And so
It's gonna be epic.
I might get a blowout.
Awesome, dude.
I
Okay,
might
what?
I might start fist pumping. I don't know what they do on the shore anymore, but I'm gonna do what I do.
We're gonna do something.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is that if you're just in the holding tank, you didn't technically get arrested. So that's about as far as we're willing to take it. Just kidding. All right.
Why did Paul Nice just fucking find my phone number out for some reason? Okay.
So yeah, the Saturday Diesel Boy show was legit. My Mondays are back. For those that don't know, the homie Epic and I, we've been going for 7 years now with Motown on Mondays, and we just started Motown on Mondays back a few weeks ago, and we had this idea of wanting to do it outdoors because in the past year, the place that we do it at has created this outside area out of what used to be the street. They've closed off the street to driving traffic, and now it's like a giant beer garden on the block. And so we had this idea of moving it outdoors and also doing it from 5 to 10 p.m. And in the planning stages, the motivation behind that was because we wanted to kind of ease back in to live events. We wanted to have people to have space to kind of move around. It's an open air environment and, that kind of thing, right? But what we weren't expecting was for it to be the 4 busiest Motown on Mondays that we've ever had in the history of the event. People are showing up like above 1,000 people a week at this point, and it's insane, like the size that it's gotten to. Let me bring something up on the screen real quick here and show you guys. All right, let me mute this real quick. Check this out, y'all. This is just this past Monday. I got this video after I just stepped down and Epic was stepping back on. We go back and forth 1 hour sets a piece, and I had the selfie stick on me, so I was able to get some pretty high angles of the crowd because from here you can't really tell. But then once I start moving the stick up, you can see how far back it goes. There's mad people there, yo. There's so many people on the street. It's literally the whole block is full of people dancing now every week.
Your guys' name up on the side of the building.
And we have our names are all lit up on the side of the building like it's Times Square and shit. It's pretty nuts.
I saw that.
I can't wait till September.
Dude,
What are you guys using for a system?
It's not a very big system. It's 2 QSC 12.2s and 2 of the QSC 18-inch subs. That's it. And it's doing fine because, it's fine. It's totally fine. We're outdoors. The sound is throwing.
Carrying well.
Yeah, that's all good. And we've had enormous sound out there, and they do still have enormous sound out there on the weekends sometimes, and it's a good time. But yeah, for the Motown on Mondays vibe, it's totally fine. I mean, also we're not talking about sonically speaking, because even though Epic and I are all for remixed versions of stuff and redrummed versions of stuff, we're absolutely for it. Both of us aren't really that guy personally, but we've had guests and everybody else come on, and we're all open for it all. But but with this sound system, it doesn't really. I mean, it's loud enough. It's loud, right? And it sounds good, and it's hitting in all the right spots. Turkey Laser has been there on a Monday already, I believe, and a couple of people in the chat have been there already on a Monday. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty good, and the idea that we were just trying to make it this kind of chill thing in the beginning to kind of ease back in, that just got blown up on our face, and now we have this crazy party, and we're not sure what the solution is because it's not going to be summer weather all year round, and eventually it's going to start getting cold and rainy up here in Sacramento for a whole 1 or 2 months out of the year. And so for those 1 or 2 months, what are we going to do for that situation? And we're going to have to move back inside, or what's it going to be? But
circus tent outside,
dude.
Heaters.
A circus tent outside would be clutch. I would absolutely play under a circus tent outside. That'd be amazing. Paul Nice says, what a hell of a birthday party.
Happy birthday,
Your
Paul
birthday
Nice.
party was so epic, bro. Hold on, can we get another shot of the footage from Paul Nice's birthday party? Check this out, y'all. His birthday party was fucking cracking. That's so dope. Happy birthday, Paul Nice. Can we get a happy birthday shout out to Paul Nice in the chat? Your birthday was jumping, dude. Look at that shit. Good times. We're having fun on Mondays. It's been fun playing Motown music again too. Like the DJs in the chat and the DJs in the Zoom. You guys know how like you have to like recondition your brain to sort of like remember songs and remember like
Sets.
just little mini sets or like little records that you know go really well together and things like that. It's and it takes a few goes to get that brain conditioned again, right? So I'm starting to get back into the flow. It's been pretty fun, especially like the last two. Both Dustin and I have been able to get a really good flow state together, working together again. It's been fun.
That's shit.
Yeah, it's a good time. Dude, Church Drum and Bass says my buddy has a circus tent. Let's go.
Oh, what?
Done deal.
Dude.
That's a wrap, right?
Of course, Tic Tac knows where to get a fucking circus.
Town under the big town.
He knows.
Like, it's the best
He's like,
network.
what do you need? I got you.
Absolute
God
win.
bless that man.
So yeah, that's been my week so far. I've had a week with those Mevo cameras. I really like them. They can sponsor me if they want to. That'd be great. Send me free stuff.
Free stuff.
They're not
already
paying
got
me to
3.
say that though.
How many more do you need?
Three more.
There's a tent more than 3.
No, but the thing that I really do like about them though is just the versatility. I didn't know that they also had a webcam mode where you can just plug them in over USB, and they're recognized in as a webcam in like Zoom and shit like that. You can configure it for that. You can configure it over IP. You can configure it in your local area network. You can configure it over RTMP. You can send it straight to Twitch. So that all you're doing is running an audio cable into the back of it, and then from your phone, just configuring it to start streaming to fucking Twitch, and then you can just let it go. You don't have to have your phone on or anything.
That's freaking dope.
It's fucking crazy, right? I mean, your phone has to be powered on. It's using your phone's cell service, but you don't have to have the app running with like, on your screen or anything. Like once the camera is connected to your phone, it does its own encoding and everything from within the camera. So it's a camera, an encoder, and an audio interface all in one little device. It's pretty legit.
All right, how much does it cost?
$399.
300.
And the audio input is a 1/8" mini jack that'll go line or mic level input. Let me grab one. Hang on.
Mine gets here Friday.
Is this
Yay!
what you had up in the Discord?
What of the Discord?
I don't know.
Like, there was a camera in the Discord.
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct.
And Fader, you have the same camera too, right?
Yep. I have it currently set up to my computer through NDI. That way I can, use it as one of my newer streaming camera if I'm at home or whatever. It's nice and clean.
These things
and
are
crisp.
badass. They
Super good.
let me get this on the. Let me get on the This is the big pin me.
Oh man,
me.
they took
There we
the
go.
Sony Adventure Cam approach.
So and then this is pretty cool. It could fit on a camera stand or a mic stand. It'll fit on both. So that's super handy. And then so it's just like a line, and then you have your
You put 5mm
USB-C
line in
and a micro SD card. And what's good, and for those of you that are content creators, what's good is if you have the multicam app, you can set it up so that all 3 cameras are recording simultaneously, and then you could bring that into your editing software as a multi-clip right out the gate. So it's easy to do multi-camera takes from a recording to the same, because all recording, you can either record all of them to one SD card or have them all record individually to their own SD cards. You could do all kinds of configurations from the app. It's pretty legit. And the fact that it's got its own encoder and audio interface built into it, like that makes it super versatile. Literally, you could just at your show just plug this thing in, like close to you, from what I can tell, where I'm learning, and then just plug your audio into the back from like your master RCA. You know, like most DJ mixers have an RCA for the master
Session
2
or master 2.
or you can have a session, right? The session can, that way you have a preamp on it, and then you just run it right in. Now here's a super trick thing, and I know that some of you will be like, that's kind of cool. If you have multiple of these, you can actually mix the 2 different audio sources to create your own sound, your own compilation of the whole, your own mix. So like, say like this one was connected to the DJ mixer and it's getting like the line level signal from the DJ mixer, and it's like, that's like your main one, right? But then the other Mevo that's like pointing somewhere else, you can use the microphone on it as a room mic and like have it mixed really low on there's like literally a mixer app. You can turn it down really low so that when the beats break down and stuff, you can hear the crowd going woo, and you can hear all that shit, like that makes it feel live, right? Which is super dope. So, and it's a stereo mic too, so it'll pick up, depending on where it's positioned in the room, it'll pick up the room, which is pretty dope.
Another outside the box idea, and I mean it's I arrived at it pretty easily, but you could do, if you're using, like, say you're at Mum, and you could do the link out of the K12 speaker, and then get an XLR female to a stereo RCA, and then you could put that on top of the speaker, and your audio would be coming line level out of the speaker into your Mevo.
Yep.
So you don't even need to have it near the booth.
Nope.
You can pretty much have it anywhere.
You can have it anywhere, right? Exactly.
So with the multicam app, can you switch between all of them? Can you like have like 20 of them surrounding you and do that like rotoscope thing that like Insomniac does?
You would need different software for that than the Mevo multicam app. The Mevo multicam app supports 3 cameras tops. So anything beyond that, you're getting like a gaming laptop and OBS, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I feel it.
Yep.
Because that Insomniac shit's the coolest crap I've ever seen.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, right?
It's super music video tight.
I saw one with the drummer that was using it, and it's like all the way around.
Yeah, it would just pause, and it was like, and it like goes around them, but they're like in their pause. It's so cool.
The Matrix shit.
It's very cool, yeah.
Really unstocking this camera, hell of a salesman. No.
Not yet.
Not yet. They're not sponsoring me, but they absolutely can. All right, we're good. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sold on the Mevos. Good shit. And I'm looking forward to like applying them in different ways. It's super fun.
Shout out to Mike Marquez.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, big up to Mike Marquez. Definitely worth the mentioning on that, huh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He's the first DJ that we knew that was using them, and he's always been super forthcoming about like the sauce. You know what I mean? Like helping out other DJs and doing that kind of thing or whatever. Like good on him for.
Am I still pinning myself? Sorry.
Instructing, good on him, like letting me pick his brain about Mevo and then kind of passing it along down the line.
Yes, agreed. Big up Mike Marquez. Shouts out to Mevo if you're watching, and feel free to send us all cameras.
All of the swag.
Yep.
We want all of it.
Right. Yes, Church of Drum and Bass, get in this Zoom. Oh, another thing too that's pretty dope is they sell an adapter that goes USB-C to Ethernet, and these things can be powered over Ethernet. So if you have a PoE switch, you could literally run an Ethernet cable to it, and it'll take data and power from it and run it to the LAN that way. So it's super quick way too, especially if you're doing like a 1080-60. I'd probably recommend doing it that way, right? So that's the way to do it.
It's got lots of power.
Fucking dope.
Dude, just one cable for power and data, just boop. Okay,
hey,
like all set, right? Like, yeah. Bring it.
It's the fucking man.
Oh, there he is. How you doing, sir? How you feeling? Are you still hungover? Is what I want to know.
No, not yet. I'm kind of recovered.
Kind of recovered. Good.
It's been a long week, but it's been a fun week. I'm ready to get back to regular.
Yeah.
Chill mode again. Yeah.
I had a great time on Saturday, man. Thank you for hosting that and being awesome, dude. That was super fun.
Yeah, that was crazy fun, for sure. For sure.
What do you have? How's your week been so far?
Oh man, just been chilling.
Yeah, good stuff.
Chilling and a little bit of you know, a little scared because everybody's been dropping over here in the SF scene.
Yeah, there's been a spike. I was a little bit worried about that. I'm feeling okay. I haven't tested myself for anything, but I'm also kind of still hibernating. Like I'm not
It's
really
bad
going
over
anymore.
here.
So
Yeah, I got tested today. I'm
bad.
negative, so good to go. Hey, look at Diesel Boy's hanging out with Corinne.
You mean Dizzle Bizzle?
Oh yeah, it's Dizzle Bizzle.
He's holding that sign that I gave him, which I know he just loved.
He literally melts sound systems.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Dizzle
does that.
Bizzle. His set was awesome.
He hated that when I called him that last time I saw him, so I made sure I made him a sign with diamonds all over it. He's like, here you go, buddy.
Now you get to own it. Now you get to own it.
I tried to give him that sign before he left. He totally left it in my car.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. The fact
That's
that
amazing. That's amazing. I'm sorry.
made him take pictures with it is like, I know it tortured him to death. We got to post those everywhere, by the way.
I did. I posted up on the Church Drum and Bass Instagram.
Perfect. No, it was to troll. That was the whole purpose of the sign, was to troll. So I wouldn't be surprised he didn't take it. I'm not offended at all.
One of the people that love to troll him is me. I've been doing it ever since we freaking first met. The funniest story is this one time I called him up. I think he was still in college. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I pretend I was like the IRS, and I started talking to him about his income and stuff, and he's like, well, why are you guys calling me this late? He got all nervous and and like he started freaking out. I was like, sorry, dude, it's just me.
Yeah, he just begs to be given shit. I just feel like
he's fun to mess around with. He's
a nice dude. Like people scared me when I first was doing hospitality for him. They were like, oh, he's a tough guy. Like he's just. And I was like, all right. So I was very nervous. And then I just kind of made fun of him right off the bat. And he was super nice to me because I didn't, And I talked to him about food too. He's a foodie. So I talked to him about food and stuff. I didn't just like fan out on him and shit. And so he was cool with me.
Oh, yeah. That was like the first thing he wanted to do was eat when he got off the plane.
He was critiquing the fucking cupcakes in the goddamn fucking thing.
That's amazing.
I got those cupcakes for all of us. Okay, he better have been nice on the critique.
Was he giving him the De Niro casino scene? Look at how many blueberries are in this compared to yours. Goes in the kitchen.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, not exactly, but that's fucking hilarious. He has that mustache.
I want the same amount of blueberries in every single muffin. One of my favorites.
He's so serious, and he might have been able to pull that off.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Hey, Billy, your set was super phenomenal. When I walked in, you're playing my favorite tune, like freaking DJ Died Clear Skies. I was like, staying here for a bit.
Funny, I don't have Afterglow on vinyl.
Funny. Imagine that.
You're not playing my next party.
Oh, I love you, man.
Ratfink's gonna buy like 5 different copies of it for you.
Right.
I think between me and Laura, we have a copy of that on vinyl, actually.
Nice.
Right? Awesome.
Is it signed by Wilkinson though?
No, it isn't. But
it's so funny. I was trying to book Wilkinson for like 2 years, and like I could never see eye to eye with his manager about bringing him in for a reasonable price.
Right.
Let's just say that.
That's tough, man. It's a tough sell.
Surprise.
And you're in San Francisco, like Sacramento's even a tougher sell.
Yeah.
Because our gate is not nearly as large on the regular, right? Especially with names that are unfamiliar. It's there's a difference when you're promoting a name that is kind of like a flagship staple name, and if there's a recognition factor to it, that name is, obviously going to help you increase your numbers. But when you have somebody who's like huge in a certain region, but maybe isn't as known in our region, then you have somebody who is worth a lot. Their value is definitely there, but it's a tough sell where you are because nobody knows who that, not say nobody, but less people know who that person is, and so you find yourself in a position where you're having to like be the ringleader, the come on, come on, everybody, this person's amazing, I swear, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's a really tough and honorable position to put to be in. Like, you're taking one for the team a lot of the time.
Yeah, you
I know
gotta
I've
create a
taken a few.
platform. You gotta create a platform where people respect your opinion enough to just come to your parties.
Right.
And you can book real talent that you want people to see that maybe they don't know what the fuck it is. It's almost like you gotta have that built-in audience for the party itself, and then you can start booking like people that they should be exposed to, you know.
Right.
I
People are
wish-
going to start showing up because this name or
Because the
this
party's
brand,
always
this
good.
no
party
matter
has a
what it is.
reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I wish
hopefully
that was the case
point.
out here.
Yeah, it's hard. That's a really, really hard thing to do.
More
Yeah.
people will go and support like the fucking big bottle service club DJ that's like Aoki or whatever, than coming out to see like seeing out the local homies.
Right.
That's very true.
Wow.
Gabe Xavier, you jumping in this Zoom? You should, man. Love to talk to you about he's been streaming live from his bar gigs lately, and he has this set up where he has a wireless handheld where he makes announcements to the bar, but then he's got another microphone that's specifically for the Twitch chat that the bar can't hear. And so
that
like
shit.
so he's
smart.
and so he's like constantly able to communicate with the Twitch chat, and it just looks like he's talking to himself, basically.
That's
Like,
whatever.
but what's
but that's
new, right?
smart.
That's the move right there, of
Right?
course.
That's smart
Yeah.
because otherwise you have to announce what. Like I've done that a couple live stream gigs that were for audiences. I'm like, someone in the Twitch just said blah blah blah, and then I'm responding blah 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 to them.
Right.
It's like this whole other thing, so that they don't think I'm just saying random shit. Like, yeah.
Right.
I'm in the big club and I'm like, yo, what up, Billy? Thank you for the 500 bits.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the
Well, like, what
handheld
the-
with the purple tape. That one's for Twitch, okay?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. That's fun. That's actually very smart.
Right.
I think it's dope. I would probably suggest like having like if you're doing a live event would be like having a host just for Twitch, so then somebody could just be that host on the Twitch channel, because it was fun on Saturday to see like everybody on Twitch just like having a great time along
That was so dope. There was so many
Everybody
people
else
that like
in the audience.
man, people were coming up to me and like this hasn't happened. Like I haven't had a reception like this in the Bay Area in a while, really, where people were coming up to me and like introducing themselves by their this has never happened to me until now, but by their Twitch username. And like these are people whose faces I've never seen. Like some of y'all, like I recognize you from the Zoom. I'll see you at the airport. I know that's Fader, right? Like, but like some of these people we've been talking to each other for a year, and like all I know is your letters of your name as far as like your identity goes, and like who like that person is, right?
Yeah.
And so when they're coming up to me and they're saying, "Hey, I'm such and such from Twitch," I'm like, holy crap, I've been talking to you like for the longest time. And like, it's good. I had no idea who you even were. Right. Like, and
Right.
so, it's super awesome that happened on several times.
Yeah, that's happened
on
to me
Saturday.
too.
On Saturday. Right. So I was
This
like,
happened to me when I went up to Sacramento. There was like so many people, and they're like Jungle Cruise, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, a lot of people knew my show. They've been watching it. Like even people who don't even participate in the chat. I'm like, there's a lot of lurking going on, but it's
Yeah.
cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like that's something people know me for now. So it's
yeah,
cool.
Machine of Death was that guy. You were that
Did
guy.
you, did you happen to meet somebody maybe this week, Corinne, that you
I did,
had
I did.
met before?
So funny
Yeah.
story. So Fader raided into my talk show that I used to do on Wednesdays before I was bowling, and I don't have it today because I didn't want to kill them with possible COVID. They're all really old. They're all
we
really
laughed,
old.
but good call. We laughed,
Yeah.
but good call.
I just because everybody's been popping up with COVID and they're older, I just didn't want to go to my bowling league and like get everyone sick, so I just took the night off. But
That big up for you. That's it.
Smart.
just
Yeah.
looking
Courtesy
out.
of
Playing it
Soul.
safe over here.
Yeah, because I have a soul. Yeah. Anyway, but so anyway, you raided into my show, and I made a new friend, a fan, a couple of them actually that stuck around. Like they watch all the things I do now, which is really cool. And they're good people because they like your shit. So this guy is like a real music person. Anyway, I met him this weekend. I went to a show with him on Friday. We went and saw like a classy like music show, like a jazz, like a Grammy award winning, or Tony award winning lady sing and stuff. It was like this badass black lady fucking belting it. It was amazing, but I went with him to this. And then we all did a costume change in the hotel room, and we went to our separate parties. And anyway, it was just great to get to know him. But I met him off of Twitch, like literally just.
Reverend Funktology, if you,
That's
I
him.
know he's been in Josh's stream and Billy's stream a few different times.
He was wearing your shirt too, Fader.
This is the way.
Yes. Yeah, it's cool.
So sick.
E-Rock, you cutting out?
Yeah, man, I gotta get to bed for work. So 4:30 Pacific time, Friday, my channel. Come see me for my birthday. Have a great night, guys.
Say it again.
All
Say
you
it
guys.
again. Say it again.
See you, man.
Sorry. So 4:30 Pacific time, Friday. I'm on the raid train with Big E, Cassidy Blaze, Dub Heezy, Bumba Cat, Toby Girl, Otter, and AZ Red Smoke. That's for International Friendship Day.
So Friday at 4:20, load it up, and then by 4:30,
right.
you should be over at E-Rock's channel making it happen.
Yes, sir.
6
Yes,
foot
sir.
long.
7:30 on the East Coast.
7:30
Yes,
East
sir.
Coast
for us
time.
normal folks.
Hope to see you guys there. Have a great night, everybody.
Cheers, homie.
Good one.
It's good,
Good to see you
guys.
back in the Zoom, man.
Yeah, man. Really glad to be here. That's for sure.
I'll talk to you soon, homie.
All right. Good night, guys. Love y'all.
Cheers.
There you go.
So, has anybody seen this A-TRAK edition of the RANE 70? I think Josh is probably the most well-versed RANE spokesperson in the Zoom right now, and could give us a rundown on the original RANE 70 in depth as well, I'm certain.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get it up on my screen, but for those that don't know, we were actually hinting about this, what was it, 2 months ago? On DJ's Not DJing, we were looking at the Instagram photos and the teases and stuff that were going on.
Box, yeah.
And now it is official. It has been announced, and for $1,699, you can have this crazy piece of machinery that I'm slowly opening up right now.
I'm talking slower because I'm doing other things behind the scene that I'm not ready to show you for. There we go.
All right.
Here's my question: how backordered is that thing gonna be?
Oh, who knows? I imagine
There's not a lot of money floating around right now in the DJ community, though. So, like, to buy extra.
Bullshit. I'm calling that one out right now only because the V10, I can't buy it even if I wanted to.
Really?
Yeah, V10 is tough right now.
So
But RANE and Pioneer are different distribution channels and manufacturers, so
they are, but when I was talking with my contacts in Sweetwater, they're like, every high-end mixer right now is backward. Like, good luck. Because everyone is either on the Twitch scene or clubs are reopening up and people are buying gear again.
well, give me a holler after this show, and I might be able to sort you out.
Okay.
If you're looking for something like
I
right now.
I don't know what my connection is on this. Like, the new RANE, as you guys are aware, is now in music.
Yeah.
I'm still affiliated. I'm still technically a sponsored RANE DJ, but the connection is a lot different than it used to be. Like, if this had came out in like 2016 before they got bought by InMusic, that mixer would have showed up at my house like a month and a half ago. No message, no nothing. I would have got a RANE box and been like, I wonder what this is, and it would have been that. Like, that's how the old RANE kind of operated. You know, the new RANE, because they're running Newmark, Akai, that lighting company, they're running like 7 or 8 companies over Denon.
There we go.
Newmark, Moran's Professional.
Yeah, they're running all those companies over there.
Alto.
So, and they don't believe in like the sponsored DJ as much, but something like this they'll do. I honestly didn't know much about it until like a couple days before, and the question I asked was, I need more information on this increased low-end response that they were saying is a thing. And the only reason why I asked that is because when we built the 72, the first building block of that mixer was the processing and everything audio from the Rotary 2015, because we all heard the 2015 and went, this might be one of the best mixers I've ever heard.
It has really good phono preamps, that Rotary 2015.
So clean. And we were like, we want this as the building block of the 72. And then we know that happened because you could hear it. And then with the 70, what they said was, it was going to be still the 2015 innards, but I never actually heard one in the nightclub. And A-TRAK actually said he uses like the 4-channel mixers often when he's on tour, because in those massive arenas, the other mixers, like any 2-channel mixer, doesn't sound as good as like the Pro Club, the 4-channel mixers.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to hear how much more low end that actually has, or if it's a punchier, maybe they tightened it up and made it punchier, or maybe they widened it out and gave it like a little bit just more of a low frequency response, so you get that, you know, that nice sine wave rumble that, you know, a lot of people are looking for in electronic music. So
I think honestly, like if I'm looking for something from a DJ mixer, I would want it to be more of a flat response than some sort of a sound signature that adds coloration to the existing audio.
Unintended, like unintentional, like
Right. Like an example would be Beats headphones. Beats headphones are known for like are known for adding like a
bass boost,
like a bass boost or like a coloration to the sound, right? They add their own little EQ to it, and it to me, like, I'm not really a fan of that. I would rather have something that's more flat and like accurate to the, you know, what's going on, right? And so Moses, get in here. That'd be great to have you in here. I'd love to talk to you, man. And so if they're talking about a coloration of the sound, honestly, that's kind of like a meh situation for me. But I do understand like what the intent is. And also another thing too, when you're talking about like some stuff like this, is it really making a difference to a DJ on anything smaller than like a major PA system, like a mobile DJ rig type environment?
Right, you're not going to hear it at all.
You're not going to really hear it at all. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Charlie, Eon, what up, man?
A wall of 21s, a couple 18s, and a array system maybe. But I mean, other than that, yeah, I don't know. I think the 7072 are the best sounding smaller mixers out there. Even the S11 made a lot of improvements over the S9. So and I've heard, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say otherwise. I think I've always heard people say the S11 is such an improvement over the S9 sound wise, which is a great thing to hear. But it also means that people are co-signing or admitting that the S9 doesn't sound that good, which is fine. But I get into it with some of my Pioneer friends because they hate the way the RANE sounds and I hate the way the Pioneer sounds. So you kind of get into that thing, you know, it's like, well, I like Coke and I like Pepsi. They're both gonna make you lose your foot and get diabetes. So just get over it.
Yeah, I honestly like, for me, the sound signature from the Pioneer Nexus 2 is on point. I think that sounds great. I think that the RANE, where the RANE shines the most, is the quality of the preamps on their phono inputs, because the new RANEs have really good phono preamps, from what I understand. And if they're anything like their old rotary mixers, then I would say, yeah, they are dope. And also, I think RANE, I enjoy the RANE sound signature, like for certain aspects on smaller systems, because it has like more of a punchier kind of a sound to it, in my opinion, than the Pioneer. But the Pioneer, as long as it has the Nexus 2 chip, that's going to be the best sounding one. Unfortunately, the Pioneer sound signature on the weaker chipsets, that it distorts too soon and it gets this tinny kind of sound once it starts getting pushed, and it's loud and not good. So I agree with you there. The S9 is notorious for that. The DDJ 1000 has the same preamp as the S9, so it does the same thing. And it's basically when you're like really pushing it and you're crossing that threshold, it starts to distort pretty easily compared to the preamps and the output of the RANE, I've noticed. But
one of the things that
the
changed
Nexus 2 though shits on all of them. So
when we moved away from Scratch Live. Scratch Live, and even in the era of SL1, 2, and 3, and 4, those actually did the sound processing. Now, a lot of the heavy lifting is actually done by the software. That's why Scratch Live was 13 megabytes, and Serato DJ Pro was like 234. And it's also why you can play right out of your headphone jack now,
Right.
because everything is being done there. And your mixer or your controller or your stupid little one of these is actually, you're putting out sound through a 1/8 jack, but you're really not. That's just being transferred from your computer, and then it's coming out your little, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, totally. When DVS software,
right. It's a MIDI controller now.
Everything's
MIDI
down.
controller.
Right. Yeah. Once the DVS software went from Scratch Live to Serato DJ was when that happened. And then Serato DJ Pro needed to happen because when the Serato DJ got so convoluted with extra patches and feature updates and shit like that it just became a mess. So they cleaned it up and rejacked it and made it Serato DJ Pro. And unfortunately for them, when that was going on was when I bought a new laptop, and Serato DJ had not become Serato DJ Pro yet. This is like, I want to say 2017 ish.
32-bit operating system. So for all those guys, they weren't on a 64 yet, and Serato moved to 64-bit. That was a thing too. I remember that.
I remember that was a thing, right? For me, it was the fact that Serato DJ did not run on the MacBook Pro that I had at the time. It didn't work, and so I ran Rekordbox as an alternative because I needed something to do with my work machine. It needs to work, right? And so I've never turned back since then. Like, I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. So now, yeah, I'm using Rekordbox as my DVS. I'm using Rekordbox if I need to export to USB. I'm using Rekordbox for like everything. For video, I use Rekordbox to control the DMX on my lights. I use Rekordbox to like fucking do everything now. If I could do lyric videos for drum and bass songs, I'd probably start playing those on Rekordbox too.
Oh, that's right. They had that plugin.
Rekordbox.
I forgot about that plugin.
Yeah, the lyric plugin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
really
about.
Badass.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah.
No, and their like meta library is amazing. Like as far as being able to add content, it's more or less. Sorry, Thunder. It's more or less iTunes in a DJ format.
Right. Moses, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking a break from streaming to hang out with us, dude. He's muted right now. He's getting his audio back up. I think you probably clock more hours in streaming than this whole room combined.
It's a good time, right?
It's a good time. No, and you're on during my witching hour a lot of times. You're on like super late at night, and so I'm lurking quietly while I'm working, getting shit done and stuff. So, and I appreciate what you're doing, man. You're doing a good job.
Oh man, thanks.
And you got a good listenership, and people are fucking with you, dude. That's super dope, man. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you. And yeah, it's been a bit of an adventure. It's been a crazy 5 or 6 months now of going at it and just trying to keep that schedule going and keep that nocturnal crew entertained and coming into kind of our own community now, which is kind of dope. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's been a great journey, and it's great having everybody's support from the crew.
Well, I'm glad you're here in the Zoom. Welcome, man. Glad you're here talking shop with us. We're just chilling.
About time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen that new RANE mixer, the A-TRAK Signature Edition?
Just hearing about it now through this stream, and yeah, looking pretty nice. But yeah, 2 channels is always a no-go for me.
That's right. That makes sense. Yeah, Craze. I just pulled up Craze's Twitch. He's rocking with it right now. I don't have the audio up, obviously, but it looks like a really pretty mixer. Like, I'll tell you, that it reminds me that aluminum finish. Like, I don't know who decided in the last like however many years it's been that DJ mixers need to be these like shiny black surfaces because like it just turns into a fingerprint haven, like instant, like 1 gig. After 1 gig, you get fingerprints all over the shit. And so like I miss like the old Allen and Heath used to do the brushed aluminum style.
The 600, the Pioneer DJ 600 was.
The 600 was, they had the brushed aluminum, and like it was like they already figured out like how to not put fingerprints all over the gear, right? Like then they kind of took a step back and like wanted to make it all like flashy on the showroom. And little did people realize that those doesn't look good at the end of the gig after one of those things.
They were just trying to sell deck savers.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And Windex.
Create the virus
Windex,
and the
yeah.
antivirus,
The moment I got the S9, it had like that weird like gloss, almost like glass finish. I was like, oh man, this reminds me of the Vastec. So it was chrome that you could see yourself in. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. That's even worse. The mirror finish chrome stuff.
Yep.
That's even worse, man.
I had that 3-channel mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, the Empath or no? The
No,
Pioneer
it
one.
wasn't the. Well, I had the Empath. I had the Empath as well. No, it was the like. Oh god, it was MPC something Vastex. Well, I'll think about it here. They're in the chat.
One thing I noticed too on this thing. Let me see if I can find a decent picture here. Maybe this one.
All right, you guys really want to see something funny? I don't know if you're able to see
This
it.
was for Deep too. Give big up man like Deep, who hopefully
I
is
don't know
still
if you can
watching.
see that. That's my 62, and
on,
I
let me
had
get
it
it up.
done with that. You probably can't see it on there. It's my 62
No,
with
I
the
can't see
aluminum
shit.
finish. You can see my hands on.
You can see the reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in the group chat. But so I did that on my 62, and what's funny, I'm trying to find the picture of it. I also put the same knobs from the 2015 as he put on his too. So like this mixer that I had is basically that mixer in the 62.
This one's
You
this is
saying
for
he
Deep.
bit it from you?
This is
A-TRAK's
for
been
Deep.
biting me for years.
Yeah.
Look at the knobs on this
I'm gonna
A-TRAK mixer.
tweet at him and tell him that his Chrome EO mixer looks like doo doo.
Look at
Get
the
it because
knobs.
his brother's in Chrome.
I got it.
Wow, the
you're
knobs on
fired,
that
though.
thing. Wow.
Well, let's get an even
Pioneers
closer look.
knobs.
Those are glorious knobs. Those knobs are coming from the RANE rotary series, straight up.
Got my
And
attention.
I love the aluminum caps. Cannabase, how you doing? Do I have to ban you already? I love
Maybe.
the aluminum caps. It's good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're here.
How's it going?
Chilling, man. How was your week?
You wouldn't be the fastest guns yet, so you know. My week's going decent. Just dealing with some fun stuff and working. That's all I'm doing. What
I
about
love
you?
that. Keep working, man.
That's all I do.
Don't stop working towards the dream, my friend.
You know, I've heard if you don't stop believing and you hold on to that feeling,
Holy smokes.
streetlight people, yeah, you know the rest of it. You
And
know.
we know
Small
the rest.
town girl. Yeah.
We know the
Yeah, I was
rest.
just a small town girl, but I was living in a lonely world, and that midnight train was taking me anywhere. So
Well, I bought a sledgehammer for the outside, the killing the trees, and I had to listen to.
Peter Gabriel. Yes, I love you so much.
I was like, I got home from buying it. I was like, sledgehammer. I was like, fuck yeah.
The
I couldn't help
badass.
It is a good track, and the video's tight too, actually.
One more shout out to the knobs. Those knobs are amazing. Okay, so it's
knob shot.
Show me the knobs again.
Yeah,
Oh.
shot of that knob. God damn.
1 second. I'll be right back.
I could twist that for days.
In a world where you need to twist
In a world where you need to twist a fat knob every once in a while, this Vestag's killing it out here. Rotary all day long.
Jesus.
So if you guys
I'm
don't,
gonna say it. Go ahead. Sorry, Billy.
oh, I'm gonna look for A-TRAK's routine with his mixer because there's actually a really cool feature with this mixer that I like. But go ahead and continue what you were saying, Fader. I'm sorry.
Rinse, repeat, dry, and curl. That's the routine.
Cannabase needs to lay down an intro for the Church of Drum and Bass before it goes on.
I've done this. I've done one already.
In that same voice.
No, not in that voice. I could definitely.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, in a world where you sinners and blah 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 come together. Like, it's got to be like on brand and corny as fuck. but
Baseline sinners
awesome.
beware.
Yeah.
All men breakery from One like Tic Tac. The
I got a
funkadelic,
few.
the basadelic Buddha in your face. Ooh.
Just when you thought it was safe to listen to Afterglow.
Yeah. Listen to Afterglow 24 and a half times to get that sin out.
Get out that sin out. All right. Who's
Let the morning light hit your face. You know.
It's basically yeah, you've sinned. You need about 24 afterglows after that.
Yeah. At least I'm gonna need you to
Instead of Hail Marys and All Our Fathers.
Instead of Hail Marys, you need after.
Wait a minute. I just went to watch the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
Yeah, how was it?
And Storm Shadow gave Snake Eyes a sword, and guess what the sword was called?
What was the sword called?
Morning Light.
Holy moly.
The sword was called Morning Light.
Nice.
Oh god.
Well, just don't cry near it.
Can only be drawn at Conquered Dawn. All right. Let's bring up this routine.
I damn
real
near
quick.
about fell out of my seat laughing. When I heard
It's a sign. It's a sign, Tack. It's a sign. Wield the sword, my man.
With Zoom banter included, let's watch this 3-minute routine from A-TRAK showcasing his A-TRAK signature mixes.
I gotta get ready. It's my
the future of music
Yeah,
actually
I'm getting the vapors too, girl. Don't worry.
I love him.
We can't hear it.
I can feel it though. Yeah, I still can't hear it, but it sounds cool. Audio, I just don't know how it works. Oh, damn. Wonder how many souls of like the scratch artists they just beat in DMCs are
You guys see that?
Yeah.
It's got fader effect, which are kind of dope.
Librarian. It's got the 909 shit, dude.
Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty sure
It's like a sex fighter.
Wow, really? He looks like he's just like, you know, do-do-do-do-do. Just plugging some buttons, smiling at the camera. Jesus Christ, man.
Playing the video game.
Yeah. Up, left, down, kill the decks. Well, he can scratch, dude.
Practicing.
Just get this thing and mix totally regular. That's something I would do.
I just put this thing on top of my iPad.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I put it on top of my iPad.
Like capturing loops?
What? Is he using the studio fucking studio link in that thing or what? He might be actually. You guys tried that yet?
He's got it on so the fader can do loop rolls too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it must be like a
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Please do. I'm like, I can't look away. And now I want to play with that mixer real bad. Damn you guys!
I happen to know of somebody that was gifted one that is friends with Tic Tac.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Word up.
We
That's
take
the A-TRAK signature
blues for it?
edition of the new RANE mixer. And oops, let me turn that off. Sorry about that. And like what? It's funny. Gilbert, what up, man? Thanks for 6 months of tier 1. Appreciate you, bro. Like what Entity was saying, every one of these mixers has one of those videos, but then you see someone using it on Twitch and it's just them mixing regular.
Yep.
So true.
And that's another thing that I see happening a lot too is they'll do like this, like, you know, they'll still scratch an off-fresh sample over a, you know, Thud Rumble beat like they did with the last 5 mixers that they bought. It's the same beat with the same off-fresh sample, same scratch even.
But that's how you have to break one in.
That's how you know it's like good. Yeah, exactly. It's like the
moment you can get that, you know,
as long as I can get that in,
whatever
it's
your signature sound is.
That's like smudging your gear, man.
Right, you're good. Yeah. But no, so what we saw that I really liked was something that actually partially existed in the original DJM 909 mixer. And that is that the up and down faders have the ability to control effects parameters as well as be a volume fader.
Huh.
And so in this situation, you can set the volume fader to be the cutoff frequency for a low pass filter. And then as you turn the volume fader down, the song low passes out, right? Or you can set it the opposite, a high pass filter cutoff frequency. So as you turn it down, it high passes out, right? But then it goes a step further. It has the ability to be a pitch shifter. So you can pitch it up or down with the fader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then also it has the ability to activate the loop roll. And it increases the loop roll as you move the fader down so that you can create that build-up effect, right? I call it the Aphrodite because that just reminds me of an Aphrodite build-up every time I hear it. Like it's just like signature Aphrodite.
Witchcraft.
Yeah. But then also, like, on top of it, it actually has a built-in synth that can generate a sine wave, a square wave, or a sawtooth wave, and you can like dip the frequency down into like 30 hertz and make some like gnarly fucking bass out of it, like with like this big fucking sine wave. Boom.
It was the whole reason I bought the 909 originally and was so excited about the S9 when it came out, but you had to get into it via software to make it work, and it was never easy on the fly. And the moment you turned off your S9, poof,
You forgot.
All the configuration's gone, yeah.
It was so.
I've had
Zookeeper,
I've had MIDI controllers that I've MIDI mapped to do similar things,
Yeah.
and then like different pages where it remembered like this is the one where I like mess with the filter and da 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 da. You know, I had one that I did that with.
When does this mixer come out?
It's out. Just came out. $16.99 retail.
Well, what's it in moose dollars? Like $2,300, something like
In
that?
moose dollars, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What the exchange rate is currently.
Really? Because I might
I
bring
think it's
back
like
my
3
72.
moose to $1.
3 moose to $1. It's the exchange is 3.5 moose to maple. So that's roughly the same thing.
Hey, good to see everybody. I'm gonna step out.
Easy,
Bye.
Toka. Thanks for being here, man.
Good night,
Take
Toka,
it
bye.
easy, guys.
Big up Toka. Make sure you guys follow Toka. That's the homie right there. West Sac Massive.
99.
Amazing drum and bass producer. An outstanding musician. Plays all the instruments really, but notably really good drummer. Super dope.
He's just a
drummer.
really dapper guy too.
The Canadian conversion, sorry to interrupt, is a boot
No.
2,124
Oh, sorry for having to look that up, Dave.
Canadian
But,
dollars. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
yeah.
The Canadian dollar? Oh, well, what do you know about that, huh?
So 2,200 sorry dollars.
That's actually
It's loony, if you will.
Loonies? I've got toonies, man.
You could have 5 on
That's
it. but
at least
you're gonna
3
need a lot
cartons of
more.
players. That mixer looks cool. I think Am I a dick? If I'm a dick, you guys can just
Sometimes.
call me a dick.
Oh
Okay?
yes, let's do it.
Oh yes.
Alright.
Okay, you guys ready? Breathe in.
Let's go.
Am I a
I've been
dick that
waiting to do
my
this.
biggest feedback on this mixer
you're
is
doing
the
it.
giant A-TRAK at the bottom of the mixer?
You a dick.
You're a dick.
I'm a dick. Okay.
Yeah, I love
You're not-
him. He can do no wrong.
Have you met him before?
No, he seems like a cool guy.
You got a Sharpie, get to customize
no,
him.
no, actually the opposite. He's like super aloof and kind of just like
Oh, right, I did meet him.
way like just way over there. Like he does not like
Well, he's
the most
Canadian,
Oh,
so
you know
there
what's
is
worse? I
that.
heard he was a DJ. That's. I can't even
I'm a
talk
dick,
about
says
it.
Gypsy Kid.
He was nice to me, but it
No,
was
but
like
did you guys see the
2010
picture of
or
the thing?
something.
Like, hold on, let me bring it back up. Like,
I
it's
just remembered I met him.
prominent. I mean, hold
Okay,
on.
I have a Jiffy
It's
mark.
his
right?
mixer. Like,
It is. It is his mixer.
Hey,
his
Jiffy mark, it'd be like-
signature mixer.
And gold
Well,
guns are
remember the
legendary.
Z-Trips had. It
Yeah,
wasn't
Z-
I'll
that
put
in
an
your face.
HOL in front of it. It'd be hold a track.
I mean,
Like, I love A-TRAK. I love
Z-Trip-
A-TRAK.
Z-Trip's mixer was like the logo was like just right up there. It was still kind of like
That's a big ass A-TRAK on your mixer, though. Like, that's
it's no different than the
Massive
Z-Trip
even.
one though.
Yeah.
like, what about like you see the one on the front of the mixer?
Yeah, it's little.
I want all the stuff from his memorabilia store. I'm a biggest fan. I would just die if I had his name on my mixer. Die. Sorry, but he's an awesome DJ.
I just don't like to me. I don't like the font. Like it looks like it's like
Yeah, and even the little
Helvetica Minor. Who does it anymore?
it's different everywhere now. They changed all the fonts. Like all the O's are
What is that,
these
Comic
weird,
Sans? What is
like
this?
lowercase
Yeah.
O's.
So last month, get with it.
Oh, geez.
Just saying. Ha, font me.
See, spade,
Oh, yeah.
spade. You feeling me on that, dude? Like, I think that the one on the front is enough. Like,
Pirate Queen mixer. I buy one too.
But
I
that's
think-
part of like the thing is like the left and the right. You know, like the A.
think the one
is, like,
down here.
No, up. Yes, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying up above where there's the two A's are the left and the right. Like it's a design choice. Like I see why they're doing it, and I know, but it's just.
Oh, I got a picture of the Canadian version. Holy
It's
shit!
an
Look at this.
eyesore.
It's the A-Track.
Oh snap! I'm gonna grab a
Yeah,
glass
see
of
if I
water,
can
guys. I'll
download
be right
that.
back.
See if I can
Talk
download that,
amongst yourselves. Give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna grab a glass of water.
Hello, ourselves amongst you. I'm amongst you.
The
Billy's a
Corinne, the
dick.
Corinne
Yes.
mixer would come with a gold microphone.
I interviewed
Yeah.
A-TRAK for like my radio show back in the day, and like he just was like kind of like unapproachable. Like he wasn't like it was just like.
Does he smell as good as everyone says he does?
I did not. I do have a picture. I don't know if I smelled him though. Like,
He
yeah.
smells like glory and sweet leather.
I would
Yeah.
have smelled him.
I would have smelled him.
I would
Yeah,
have.
it just seems like I've met plenty of like celebrities, athletes or whatever, and like you can always tell like the decent like cool dudes
Yeah.
and like the stand-up
Right.
people from like guys that are just like either think they're bigger than wherever they are or just
Right.
like that and like the type of personality which is,
Sometimes
like,
you get the
off.
like mad scientist thing too, where they're kind of like socially inept, but at the same time, it's because they're just like borderline autistic because
Yeah.
they're that good at the music
Socially
thing.
awkward, basically.
I'm pretty artistic. Like you can call me borderline artistic.
Yeah.
I can draw, but
like
Ah,
With crayons.
artistic. Ah,
yeah,
artistic.
not sharp ones either. Dull, tasty
Yeah.
crayons.
yeah,
Chalk,
so
maybe.
he did spend a lot of time with Kanye.
I just remember the first time I saw A-TRAK ever mix, and I said, "Oh my god, if you're a DJ, you can like, and you get that good, you can mix anything with anything, and I want to be that good one day." That was like my inspiration. When I saw him mix, I was like, he just any song. I just believe that any song he can mix them together, and I was like, I can't wait till I can DJ like that. When I
You
was
got
like,
faith
first
you can
time.
move mountains, girl.
I mean, I feel like I could probably do it now, but
You can do it. I
You know,
believe in
it's
you.
But that was-
I've watched you mix non-quantized yacht rock music together. You can do it. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, that was. Oof, I should have prepared. I did a better job the second time, but still, fuck my life.
I watched you swim amongst sharks for a day.
That's yeah.
You can do
base-
anything.
Base to shark,
Base to shark.
Heavy and shark.
Heavy and shark.
Oh, that was so good. That was so good.
Shark Week.
I was like everything Jaws. Sharks with the
Subs, you
rods.
keep it.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of Jaws, we were talking about like weekends and stuff. I played this club, and they wanted all EDM, and so Josh was there, and he can back me up with this. Is that they were throwing a beach themed party, so they had pool floaties and beach balls and shit all over. So me being the troll motherfucker that I am, I play Jaws Jauz's remix of Baby Shark.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Incredible.
Why wouldn't you?
Like
Why
why
wouldn't
not,
you?
right? Right.
Yeah.
So like I'm playing it, and like half the
Oh.
crowd is there is like drunk and having a good time. The other half the crowd is there and waiting for me to play hip hop music, which is never happening because all that club wants is EDM. So this one little tyke comes into like the middle of the dance floor. He's just like, he gives me like the
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he gives me like the cut it symbol. So I'm looking at him and I'm laughing because like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm playing this song because I want to.
Yeah,
and
you
then
do.
so he just starts giving me like the and keeps it up. He's like, nah, just like nonstop. So I just literally start going like this. The build-up's coming for the beat and everything. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just start turning into a dance
In
song.
hindsight, you should have
yeah.
popped in a couple of these.
Yeah, right. I could have vogued a little bit. I just pointed at him and I was like, yeah. I was like, just fucking get after it. I was like, go fuck what you want, boy. Get the fuck out of here. I'm playing this song for me.
It
All
seems
facts.
like every single real life gig I've played since the pandemic's been over, somebody comes up and they're like, yo, that was a dope rap. Like, can I get on the mic and stuff? Like and it happens at like, top 40 clubs and shit, but like every gig that I have played, everyone. So I've just been playing sucker MCs like right after they say that and shit, because I'm just like, fucking go away. They're just like, yeah, did you write that, man? That's so good. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm doing my thing. And they're like, so can I get on the mic? I'm like, really?
Tell them if they use two vowels back to back, you'll unplug the cord.
This is not an open mic.
And then they rap in my ear to show me how legit they are, and I'm like, yeah, bro,
yeah.
like get the fuck away from me.
Well, I used to tell the guys, turn
You're
it down. I'm
spitting
trying
in
to
my
mix.
face
And then,
right
yeah.
now.
It's like, can you hear me? Oh, because I can hear you.
Putting it out there.
I just walk away. I'm like, I ain't got time. Gotta
Right.
go.
God, in my
I
ears.
got a show to run. I got a show to run. Bye.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's not that kind of show. Just let me, I kind of MC over my own stuff, like you just saw. Like that's.
Oh, I found the Canadian version of that mixer. Wow, it's a little bit different, but it's kind of the same, I guess. I'll show you. I'll send it. I'll put it in the chat here.
Just say A-TRAK.
It does actually. Isn't that weird?
A-TRAK.
Yeah, A-TRAK. The Canadian version.
It's got the new maple velvet faders.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
A-TRAK.
Yeah.
Gypsy Kid. See what Gypsy Kid said, Corinne?
I guess I'll never rap in Corinne's ear again, is what Gypsy Kid said.
Whoops.
With that sweet voice, you can do whatever
Gypsy
you
Kid.
want. You can do whatever you want.
Hip, a hop, a hippie to the hop.
Him in a rap battle.
Yes.
I would love that.
I'm spitting hot fire on the mic.
Hot fire.
Yo, am I dropping frames? I'll be right back, you guys.
You're dropping forms.
You're fine, dude.
Dropping frames.
Dropping frames. Pick that shit up, man. I saw a trip on that.
You're all right.
I'm tripping.
Safety first, man. Come on now.
This is monitoring so many things.
He's got the
Not
good
pay
weed
for
up.
that
That's
either?
what's happening.
No, I'm not. If I was gonna go safety meeting, I'd be like, safety meeting, be right back.
Yeah, bring your hard hats.
That's why I have turned off my mic twice. Or camera. See my mic. I've turned my mic off twice. Fuck.
Because he hasn't been stoned in a while.
Right. That's right. I gotta get used to it. I'm like, woo.
Cross
Yo.
training.
Yeah.
The season's coming up soon, man. Come on, you gotta get in shape for that.
I'm in shape all the time.
Right on. I took second in Nagano 96 for joint smoking. You know that, right?
Nagano? Yeah.
No, yeah, it was great. No, it was hard. It was a lot of training. I want to thank my coach, but
Is that the Canadian version of Nagano? Is that what that is?
that's how you say it there, eh?
Yeah.
You don't. We got the nags. We don't get the news. You know.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
It's the difference between us and I guess us and Oos.
It's every Wednesday.
Corinne, what are you drinking?
Pirate water.
Not
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Scallywags.
Scallywags.
Not your father's root beer.
Oh yeah.
Can't see it. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You sure it's not my father's root beer? Because you said his root beer is
The
missing
label
the
looks
brand.
different from when I remember.
Yeah,
having
yeah.
it
It's
last.
like they changed it. It's
They must have
white.
changed it.
But,
They
yeah.
had like a creamsicle one and like a ginger ale
Yeah,
one
they
too,
do.
and whatever.
Yeah.
A bunch of different flavors.
This tastes better than regular root beer to me, and it's hella.
And
It's
it
like,
gets you drunk.
yeah, it's like
Under the
5.9%. Like it ain't fucking around.
Negative.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I've got a hella thunderstorm over here.
Sounds
so
like it.
I keep being like, what the? I'm like waiting
Yeah.
for my power to go out.
Where are you at again?
DC.
DC, right on.
Oh, I know.
So up in Canada, you have the smoke from our fires. Is that happening?
Yeah, but we just breathe it in. It's all good.
We're used to it now.
We're sorry that you guys sent it this way, but we'll get
Sorry,
rid
we
of it
can
for you. Don't worry
trust
about it.
It's crazy.
Is that Josh? Is that couch is that where I'm crashing right there? On the audio
It's
one?
either that or the blow up couch. So.
Oh yeah. Can I stay? Can I stay an extra night now? My schedule changed.
Of course.
Sick. Yes.
Parcheesi night.
I'm
Yeah.
back. I
I
did
know,
have a safety meeting.
Your wife was like, "Oh," because like I was only gonna stay for one night, but I can stay Saturday night and like hang out for a little bit on Sunday.
There we go.
Slumber party.
You know, one of the things that we were talking about with it kind of struck me because I had this conversation a handful of years ago, talking about, and I know we've mentioned the showroom floor shit, but when a mixer comes out with all this extra stuff, and we say like, oh, you know, most guys are going to use it just to mix. That is such an insane fact. So much so that we talked about, like, should there be another category for mixer called like the Red Bull or showcase style mixer,
Right.
versus a club mix? Like,
A
should there be
performance
another
mixer
thing? You know,
or-
because like if you're just playing, if you're a working in the trenches DJ, you know, open format 3 or 4 nights a week playing whatever pays your bills, why should you have to pay $2,000 for a mixer?
Well, it's kind of what's going on right now though. Because if you've got a 900 with the like the SRT or whatever, that's pretty much your standard base. You can DJ anything. You can plug it in, use it as a sound card. You can, it's pretty versatile that way. But then you got like your scratch mixers, like your S9, your 72, all that stuff that are more 2-channel effects, quick effects based, easy to see type shit. You kind of do have that, but it's like there's no you know what I missed about the analog stuff was you could go in and buy a mixer for like say $300, which was still a decent baseline mixer, back like a PMC 275 or something like that. And then you went to like the premium stuff. So you had a premium scratch mixer and a premium mixing mixer. Then you could buy like a one of the DX, whatever the hell Newmark ones that like you literally bought because you forgot something and you want your gerbil to play on it later. You know, like the throwaway stuff. But there's no like the thing that I missed. The only thing kind of like that is that the Akai, like I miss having like a cheap mixer that will do what you need it to do. It doesn't have to be the most fancy. It just has to be somewhat clean and functional.
Right.
And the only thing I've ever found was the Akai, that little Akai, almost like the what do they call it?
Well, I think Entity makes a strong point in the chat. They just want you to buy as many mixers as possible. And I think that the bottom line is that, the idea of, we want to cater to the industry professionals. I don't think they want to cater to the industry professionals because the industry professional, they buy a mixer and they keep it for like as long as they can. So they can get their money out of it, and if they're professional, it means it's a working piece of equipment, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're going to keep using it until the wheels fall off, basically, right? And then, so I think that a lot of these companies, their real target is like a niche or a prosumer market that wants to get the new one every year, no matter what it is. They want to have the new one every year. Like it's like they're kind of playing off of the cell phone culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, the iPhone thing, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And there are plenty of guys out there, but like I'm not gonna throw people specifically under the bus. There are DJs that I know within like Josh and my market that will go out and buy this mixer tomorrow just to have it, just because.
And use none of the effects on it.
Like,
keeping those businesses
they're not
running,
a
man. That's
performance
all
DJ
good.
to like do all that shit or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
I see like
these guys like a wedding guy that has like goes out and buy the RANE ones and like the 72 and like this and that or whatever. Like doesn't use hardly any of that shit. Doesn't scratch like a pro. Doesn't do any of that. But has the things. So like
it's almost like an Ableton Live,
you know what I mean?
like an Ableton Live market that this sort of thing caters to, because it's like a whole different kind of performance than.
You know what I picture with the guys that buy mixers like that though? They go home and they like hit the button in their lounge or their rec room and it's like the wall flips over and they're like, oh, what do we choose tonight? And it's got like every friggin' boutique mixer, like The guys with their whatever collections.
It ain't gonna be a fucking 8-track mixer.
It's like the dude. It's like the dude that has like a room full of guitars.
Right.
He's got like every Gibson under the sun. So now he's got like every RANE. He's like, which one am I going to use tonight? We're going to use the Stratocaster 9000.
Yeah, they're all arranged by knob depth and like the model number.
You got a little caddy that hands you the right mixer for the right situation.
James, pass me the 5-channel. No, the
mixer caddy.
This is a long one.
Can I be Jazzy Jeff's mixer caddy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Crone, you're so pleasant. Please bring me the 4-channel mixer.
My short game is killing me this time. God damn it.
We need more flanger.
Hanging out with Cubert's at Cubert's house was like that. I was like, damn, dude, you got enough mixers here?
Well, I'm sure
like propping up his
that would be something.
Tears through them, though.
A mixer caddy.
He's got like an entire room full of fucking crossfaders because he's like, what
the crossfader, bro.
I mean, he's one of the first to have a signature mixer. I mean, I know it goes back to like Jazzy Jeff and like that old, was it a Gemini or what he did, the Scratchmaster one?
I'm gonna get Cannabis Edition one.
He put one on that got the free one.
I'm sure there may have been earlier ones in the disco era that were like DJ signature models, but I'm not aware of it.
I think Flash had the first disco, like signature one.
Grandmaster Flash. Yep.
Yeah. Then RANE came back and gave him the second one.
Yep. That's right. Grandmaster Flash and Jazzy Jeff, like early signature models, and then there was like the Z-Trip one as well. And then Qbert definitely had his own Vestax, or there was like a Thud Rumble or a Scratch Pickles version of the Vestax.
Samurai, right? Or Typhoon?
Yeah.
He made his own.
And then he had his own thing. The QFO.
QFO
whatever that
was sick, man.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah. That was good stuff too. Big up to
Surprised,
Qbert
given
for
technology, they
innovating
didn't
like that.
come back with that. I mean, that seems
I want to put
like
a phase on one of those.
the MIDI being what MIDI is right now and how everything wireless, that seems so much more attainable than it was even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And cost effective.
I see a lot of that subculture moving more into the portablist movement. They're all getting like PTO ones and modding them all out with like fancy motors and tone arms and Bluetooth connectability. And what's cool about it though is that it's rejuvenated like 7-inch vinyl culture, because a lot of these like battle records and stuff are being released on as a 7-inch release, and then now it's like a new new vinyl culture is coming from it with this with the turntablist. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Word up.
What is your shirt, Billy?
This is a No Use for Anger original. This
Nice.
is his first merch, and it
What
just
does it
says
say?
Instant Karma.
Ah, nice. Okay.
And this was before he changed his name to Catch 22 publicly. I have old school merch before he was cool.
Vintage.
Hipster merch. I like it.
I like the hipster merch. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wearing it before it was cool. Don't even worry about it. You probably never heard of him.
Qbert was saying how he uses specific mixers to record specific scratches for albums. That's badass. That
dope.
definitely reminds me of like using a specific guitar
Yep.
for a specific thing. Like that's sick.
To get the sound
It's
you
like
want.
ninja
Yeah.
swords, man. Jesus, the guy cuts crazy. I love it.
Do you remember the surround sound mixer he
Yeah,
had?
that's the
What?
Samurai. Or the
No,
Typhoon.
no. The Samurai was a series. It was the first magnetic
Right,
digital.
and it was called like the Typhoon or something. It was called something, some kind of storm.
Yeah.
And it was a quadraphonic. Right? Is that the
Quadraphonic,
word?
yeah.
Could you
Quadraphonic,
isolate the sides or no?
4
Yeah.
channels?
What?
So, yeah, it was nuts.
Fun.
And it was
So-
like I always wanted one just so that I could build.
Do
the
it
sound
once,
system
just to do
run
it once.
Yeah.
I was in the same exact boat. Same exact boat. I
Bucket
was like,
list check.
I want to try this. I want to put 4 speakers in the corner, and then they had a joystick.
Yep.
You whip the joystick around, and the sound would go around the speakers. I was just like, I just want to do it once. I just want to do it once. That's it.
You just set up a room so you can try it. And
Can you imagine people on
Do it at
drugs and
Circuit
you start
City.
doing that shit?
Yeah,
Like-
start whipping shit around. Like,
Radio Shack.
Good
Fuck,
guys, baby.
right?
Take that shit to the
Right.
good guys stereo room.
Yeah.
Even
Shut
better,
butter in this motherfucker.
you put the mic channel through that and start fucking with people, like
Oh,
jumping from
God.
speaker to speaker.
Hey you.
What?
Like fuck.
Oh man. All right, I've had enough of the A-Track conversation. Let's move on to
B-Track.
saving money.
B-Track.
Let me
B-Track
put this link in the Twitch chat. Twitch is rolling out localized subscription services to foreign countries, and they've recently added the Asia Pac and Latin America regions. And if you look at some of these, the prices have significantly dropped. Some of these countries I can't pronounce, but y'all are getting the hookup. Cambodia
It's
dropping
Canada.
from right.
Canada.
Canada.
Cambodia dropping
Very
from
foreign.
$4.99 to $1.99, which is pretty dope. A lot of these are countries that probably aren't really fucking with our channels, but a couple of them are.
Not yet.
And a couple of them that are notable for the 916 channel. One of them is the Philippines. We actually have people watching from the Philippines. Big up to all the Filipino massive. And their subscription service went from $249 to 100 PHPs, which is pretty dope.
That's
The
pretty
pesos, the Filipino pesos.
It's gonna be a lot more subs flying around, man.
And then Taiwan dropped from $149 or whatever their currency is, TWD, Taiwan dollars, to
Taiwanese dollars.
the 77 Taiwanese dollars. So it dropped down almost half, which is awesome. And then Thailand went from 160 to 69, which is pretty awesome. And going down into South America, this is one that a lot of us are probably relatable to, which is Brazil. I know that I have a few subs from Brazil. I know that I have a lot of viewership in Brazil.
Brazilian Massive is awesome,
dude. And Brazil loves to consume content. Brazil, a price for subscription went from $22.99 to $7.90. It went down almost 2/3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So big up to all the salve, all the Brazilian crew out there, and big up to you for your new subscription price. That's super dope.
So who's gonna hack the IP address thing so that you can pretend you're in a country so you can get cheaper rates for your subscription?
VPN's coming.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you have to connect to one of the servers down in there?
I don't know.
I've
'cause
tried
I
to do
know-
this before and it didn't work out.
I know that people I know have IP addresses in other countries, so they can download
can
stuff
do
that's
that?
only available there and stuff. So
I used to do it to get A's games.
I'm just saying,
You gotta beat that MLB blackout rule, son. Put your proxy over in a different part of the world.
exactly.
You're good to
That's
go.
right. There you go. Exactly. I needed
I've
you
never
the other
done
day,
that, by the way.
actually.
I've never.
I'm over here now.
I actually
I've never
needed
actually
you the other
done
day
that,
because
no.
they blacked. I was trying to watch the A's game and they blacked it out. I was pissed. Damn it.
It's like trying to watch any of the Olympics. I mean, I had to reroute myself to be in London so I could watch it via the BBC.
Yeah.
So it says the heading says, as a part of our efforts to help creators build and grow their communities worldwide, the following countries will get subscription price adjustments as a part of local subscription pricing. The prices listed below are tier 1 subscription prices on web and they specify on web because we all know mobile's a different story, and are listed in the currently supported currencies. You can learn more by going to our local subscription pricing article. It's also in that link that I posted. Subscriptions are governed by Twitch's terms of sale, and prices are subject to change. That's just some kind of cover your ass language, right? But
So hi, Mark.
So
back
wait,
here.
if they're paying less, that means you're splitting it with Twitch and getting less money. Then yes.
sure. I think
It's still cool that they're doing it. I'm just saying,
we talked about this. There was something about that. Let me take a look at that real quick. Let's see.
Read the fine print. Twitch isn't actually paying the streamers anymore. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Right. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to this thing here. It says, who does it affect? This change impacts all monetizing affiliates and partners on Twitch with subscribed viewers from countries where the price has changed. Click here for a full list of countries where prices will be lowered on the web and mobile. So yeah, it does reduce. If they were already subbed, then now they're getting the sub for cheaper, and that's going to change that's going to impact our totals.
Revenue, yeah.
We will update the community with details about price changes in their countries. We already went to that link a second ago. Local subscription prices are being adjusted slowly. Not all countries will be seeing price changes at the same time. And you can see that in the previous link that they've covered Latin America, Asia-Pac, but the Middle East and Africa are still TBA, and Europe is still TBA. But they're going to be adjusting prices even for the United Kingdom, it looks like. So I'm interested to see what that's all going to be about. It's all to be announced, though. So localized prices are coming And honestly, I think it's dope. I think that if they think that it justifies that you need to pay less in your country based on like where you're living and stuff like that, then that's dope. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
you know what
totally.
I mean? Yeah.
And it means more viewers for us because more people will be able to afford it and have access to.
I'm starting to see more of an international reach from this channel, for sure, as far as statistics goes. It's still definitely North America, with United States and Canada being like the top two, and then UK being in third place. But there are more countries around the world that are popping in with their 0.1% viewership, and I see y'all. It's dope. Like, that's, I think that what they're trying to do in that aspect deserves recognition, because we like to bark on them for the shit that they're not doing well all the time. So when there's something positive happening, I think it's of equal value for us to be able to bring light to that too, right? So big up Twitch. Shouts out, y'all.
Hey.
Totally. Don't ban my channel.
Yeah, if you're not that bad after all.
Don't ban me.
I won't.
Machine of Death says I stream really odd hours, so I get all kinds of places. Exactly. Like, yeah, we talked about regions in the past, and depending on where you're at, obviously it's a different time, and you get different crowds and all over the world. I know that the 916 channel, since we're typically on during a certain time frame, we usually get like the breakfast British crew towards the end of our show. And we've got Asia Pac. It's like the afternoon of the next day for them. So we get them like in the middle of their day. And then we get a little bit of the East Coast, but we're just late for the East Coast. We don't come on till like midnight, right? And then we have a lot of people on the West Coast. And then big up the Maui Massive, big up the Triples. Appreciate y'all.
We have the Triples.
Floating on an island somewhere in the middle of it all.
You guys ever see my signature edition mixer?
Yo, Mike Marquez, your ears must have been burning, man. We were just talking about you earlier. What were we saying, Cannabis? Sorry.
Also, have you guys ever seen my signature edition mixer?
No. What you got?
I'll post it up in the chat here. It's
Yeah, what did you Photoshop?
Badass.
What did you Photoshop while we were
Photoshop? What are you talking?
talking?
I can't use a computer. What are you talking about?
Oh, dear.
You know I can't read, Nikki. Come on now, Nikki Green. You both know I can't read. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we did squat up. We squatted up on Saturday and became one person.
What? You were Nicarine?
I mean, yeah. We pretty much hung out like the whole night.
Pirate Queens. I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
I knew this would happen. You guys unionized. I knew it. Shit.
Like magnets. Just
right. She's got the possum. I got the ferrets.
Yeah. We got into
Good
that
beat.
and then it was over.
Yeah. Euphemisms are cool, guys. I like those too. The possum. She's got the ferrets. You know what I mean?
Bring a
Giggity,
beaver.
giggity.
Yo, Mike, I love the Mevos. I appreciate you. Your ears must have been burning, man, because we were talking about it earlier in the show.
Where's my mixer? There it is.
Jump into Zoom anytime you want. ! Zoom if you want to do it right now. And yeah, I'm on the Mevo train now. I'm actually using a Mevo camera right now for this shot, and what a lovely shot it is, I must say.
That's a nice shot. Look at you, handsome bugger. That's a Mevo shot right there. He's got the Mevo look, guys. Maybe it's Mevo. No, he was born with that shit.
Yeah, it's getting
looking good, Billy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try.
I gotta wear all this makeup and facial hair. You just take it off naturally. Shit, man, come on. Give us a chance here.
Mike's
okay?
asking if you're running it through NDI or a wired webcam.
This is a wired webcam that is running so that it's recognized in Zoom, and then the Zoom being piped into OBS via NDI because it's running on another computer. So it's
nerdy to me.
Quite complicated. But to directly answer your question, this is in webcam mode in Zoom right now.
Hey,
and
Billy,
have
you tried the NDI, doing any NDI links for
NDI 5?
Yeah, NDI 5 links for.
You should mention that.
Lag.
So we were looking at it on
last night.
Last night? Was it last night? Yes, right before we played Fork Knife. Or is it called Fork Knife? Fortnite. And we were trying to figure out the best solution using NDI 5. And unfortunately, it looks like the best solution is still not available. And that would be in the bridge, the NDI bridge. We looked into... Hang on. Sorry.
I found
we looked into the using the Audio Direct plugin.
The remote.
But the thing about the Audio Direct plugin that wasn't going to work for us is that, first of all, it's still in beta. And second, both of us are using MacBook Pros to DJ with. So if we were using Audio Direct from a source that we could both monitor from, then it would have to be on the MacBook Pros, and Audio Direct isn't available on the MacBook Pro version of NDI 5 yet. So we're like, okay, there's a roadblock. And on top of it, the way that Audio Direct works is it's a VST 3.0 plugin. And so since it's a VST 3.0 plugin, it requires running it through a DAW.
Yeah.
And so both of us would have to be running GarageBand or Logic, or maybe we can find a DAW that has really low system resources, but still we're going to be running all of that on a Mac, right? And so it's going to be like, I think it could still push through it, but it would be like a DAW running that software with the plugin, and then we would use that source as a monitor, and then we would DJ to and from it. And I don't know. We'll see. But we did. We were running it through the ringer last night. We could not.
I know a low resource VST host that works in Linux that if they have an OS X version that would actually work for what you're saying, would work really well.
I think so. The only thing I'm worried about is the milliseconds of latency make a difference when it comes to like the accuracy of beat matching.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. I had a weird little tweak. If you guys can find a VST, or sorry, what the hell am I looking at? Oh my god, my brain's drawing a blank. A VPN in between you guys with less hops, you can cut down a lot of the fucking light. It just sounds weird, but I was like, why not? I'll try it. It worked actually really well because you're connected to the same VPN. It just helps. It helps the connection instead of making so many more hops and going around corners and doing stupid shit. You're centering your signal there more effectively. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like I was like, I'll just try it. Why the hell not? Because I know I have to connect there to get on the VPN, and he has to connect there. At least like logically, it looks like less stuff. It probably is more. Who knows? Probably Cisco servers, a couple cans on strings, but like as long as you can get like close to each other, I've got it. Pretty effective to Toronto from here, and it was like effective enough. I don't think you'd really like if you were to mix with it, you have to be like, okay, compensate. But you could always set like a buffering out thing too. But it would be that's something you would know how to do way better than I would, because I just saw the page. As soon as it starts echoing, I'm like, gosh, shit, and I turn it off, right? So
I think that once we get down to the connection point, then we have to ask the ultimate question: is it better than OBS Ninja? Because OBS Ninja using peer-to-peer has a pretty low latency when it comes to the delivery of the audio, but it's not low enough. You're not going to be able to it's like StreamYard. When they do the back-to-backs on StreamYard, you're not really quite mixing into each other. One person's kind of giving you a layup, like a delay out or a reverb out, and then the other person is scratching in their kind of on beat. But
Jam Kazam's still pretty badass for that, man.
What's that?
Jam Kazam is still pretty badass for that.
What's Jam Kazam?
Jam Kazam's another low latency collaboration software, but it was meant for like not acoustic musicians.
Is it a
more
VST plugin or is it a?
No, it's a full blown application.
Okay.
It's pretty heavy, but like.
No, see, I would argue now if you're talking about people can make live music to it. It's actually because it's not quantized. That millisecond of wiggle room is still fine with live music creation. It's when you get down to having to mix beat to beat on a quantized drum that it gets a little bit. Every little bit counts, right?
Hang on, Billy. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second. Kareen, who's your friend? Wow. Hi. Have you come here often, or?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's got a gold microphone like me.
Chuck, you know what I like.
Oh God, this thing is so terrifying.
She's beautiful.
I was gonna say I have to go make dinner, so I just wanted to say goodbye.
Well, yeah, hello, hi.
We're wrapping pretty soon. Big up, Corinne. I appreciate you being here. That is amazing.
Bye, Joel.
Yeah, it even has a tattoo. Look at, I don't know if you can see it. It has the tattoo.
The rebel tattoo, right?
Yeah, they had it.
That's
legit.
outstanding.
Ridiculous.
That's
All
so
right.
good.
Well, I love you guys, but I'm gonna go.
Later,
make
Pirate
dinner.
Queen.
Cheers, Corinne. Thanks for
Sure.
jumping on.
Easy.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you being
no
here.
problem. Thank you for having me.
Love the show. Make sure you follow Corinne. Can we get a shout out to Corinne in the chat, please? Shout out to Jungle Cruise as well.
Go.
Jungle Cruise on
Pirate
every
Queen.
Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Right
So
here
much
on
fun.
Twitch,
the ultimate in entertainment.
So that's basically a wrap for this show. That was everything I wanted to talk about. I really am excited for the localized sub pricing. That's really cool. That's like something that I was happy to see happening. That's
You know what I want to try and do? I want to try and VPN in different countries just to see what Twitch will bring up for localized content for me. Like that's it brings like probably a lot of shit that I'm not hearing that I would love to. So
Who are we
honestly,
rating?
like-
I think we're gonna rate Charlie Eon.
MC2J-Man just got in here. Say hi.
Hey,
What up, MC2J man? Glad you're here. We're
That's a
rapping.
dope sticker. What is that?
Billy, check your phone.
New stickers.
Josh, check your phone.
Those your stickers or what? What's going on?
Yeah,
Those dope.
I build sticker packs and I draw record cases. So, this is the new one.
So
Yeah,
you give me your email and I can order one, right?
Yeah.
Good call,
Yeah,
Josh.
that'll work.
Yeah.
We'll talk, my
So
friend.
Josh, before we go, you said earlier in the show that maybe if anybody out there was interested, we maybe have one giveaway. How did you
Yeah,
want to
man.
handle this?
Well, I mean, I did mine through Stream Elements. It's really easy to set up a giveaway, but I think given the fact that this crew here is a little more spread, like across the country, we should see if anybody is going to the expo and has not got a pass yet.
That's what I was
And
worried about because this is a
I had to run-
$350 pass we're talking about.
Right. So,
If you're going to be in the Atlantic City area, August 9th through 12th,
It's earlier than that. It's the 8th. but
8th,
yeah, you
8th
can
through
get there
11th.
Sunday if you want.
Sunday.
So Sunday through Thursday, right?
Thursday, yeah. It's in Atlantic City. Yes, Pagan.
Also,
It's
I
in
put
Jersey.
I put my,
That's right,
My
Pagan.
my signature mixtures up in the chat. If you guys, if anybody wants to buy one, let me know. I'll
So-
have it sent right out to you.
I can get if there's like, I mean, that's a really specific demand. If there's like one person that's like, "Yo, I'm down," that says that in the chat right now, and like you're legit on the East Coast and can do it, then there's your winner. If not, we can. If there's a bunch of people that do that right now, then we can set up a contest. We'll do a mosh pit, or
So
we'll make you
is-
battle
is-
it out in the fucking stream avatars.
Yeah, you can do it in Mosh Pit. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's fun. Like a battle.
Just let those two people go in the Mosh Pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta duel each other in the. Fucking,
Yeah, no, we get them with the.
They gotta sub. They gotta sub to the channel. Though.
We get them with the Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Right. There can only be one Highlander.
Word up.
The death.
Break a deal, face the wheel.
Oh,
Cutthroat says yes.
nice.
Mosh pit. Let's go. Right.
Just one, Mike. You already got one.
I'm gonna be an
IRL
MIT.
mosh pit.
It's going
August
currently
12th.
Blaze. It's in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and it's going to be from Sunday, August 8th until help me out, Josh. Thursday,
It's Sunday through Thursday.
August the 12th.
Yeah. And
So
if you look, I
if
put
you're
a
going to be
link-
planning on being there any of those days or all of those days, this is a pass of passes.
At least they're being considered
One
inside the
pass
ride,
to
you know?
rule them all. So you guys are partying early, huh? I'm gonna be there
We're not getting there till Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Billy already has the couch.
We're not getting there till like Monday night because you get in at like 4:40, 5 o'clock, and then it's like a fucking 6-hour drive. So we're not getting there till like late.
if you want, if there's nobody in here that is going, and like we said, like I know that
recycle it.
you can give it away on Friday if you want, but I'll leave it in your capable hands to
do that.
Get it into the hands of somebody who's going. That's all.
And if you're
Actually,
shy,
this-
you want to message me directly off the stream.
to give credit where credit was due, Mike actually was like, I'm giving away passes, and I told him, I was like, I'm stealing that fucking idea. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, you know, I want to do these too. So that, yeah, we got a handful
Dude,
of passes
Basher
to
would
give
be
out.
good. I'd love to see.
Yeah, Spencer, you want to go halfers on a flock of geese and we'll fly out there or what?
Ride by moose only, bro.
Flying by moose. You got the flying mooses now? In fact, Jesus, please.
They're meese when they're in multiples, right?
Oh no, when they got the wings, they're the flying meese. Wow, maple powered. Jeez. Sorry.
Word up. He's in Buffalo, so you know it's somewhere up
We
there.
don't use buffalo. We use
Yeah,
moose.
but that's far.
That's far. I know it's far. Okay, let's rate
Buffalo
Charlie
inefficient
Eon.
travelers.
Make sure he's live real quick. Word up.
Yes.
Yes. Yo,
Basher's
y'all have been
online.
amazing. I love this show.
Awesome.
Honestly, I do love this show.
I love you.
Like, I look forward to doing this every week. I love just talking shop and hanging out with y'all. So I appreciate everybody's time and everyone's just fucking hanging out. It's super dope.
Moving my entire stream schedule, you know. It's fine.
It's the only time
too.
I'm allowed to talk to real people. So thanks, guys.
And
You let me out of my cage for this one.
you know, when I was in San Francisco, I was bitching this earlier, when I was in San Francisco and I was talking to some of these people that I only knew them from their screen names. Like I've never seen their faces in my life. And I'm like meeting them for the first time. And more than one of them was like, and I really love Wednesday's show. I love what you guys are talking about on Wednesday. And I'm like, that's really motivating. Like I really appreciate like hearing people saying that like they're getting something out of this show. Because that's honestly the intent, is community building and also like informative and trying to bring the topics to the table and give a real objective opinion, right? Nobody's in our pocket telling us what to say. It's not a sales pitch. It's like if we're really excited about something, you know what I mean? It almost sounds like they're paying you to say it because you're so excited about it. And it's like genuine shit, right? So I'm glad y'all are here to experience that. We're all here to experience that together. Big up Moses for being in here, man. Appreciate you. Librarian made it in all the way from DC.
Oh,
Joshua
yeah.
Carl's here. Big up Joshua Carl. Appreciate you, man. Big up Cannabase from parts unknown in Canada.
Yes,
Somewhere.
check out my new OnlyFlans. It's Mr. Strawberries. OnlyFlans. No fans. Thank you.
Big up OnlyFlans. Tic Tac. Dude,
Bunch
massive
kicking
party
fruit.
on Saturday, man. That was super dope. I had a blast, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, man. I really appreciate it. I mean, it was great birthday week. I'm ready to recover.
Speaking of
Love you, buddy.
birthday
Happy
week, it was
birthday.
Nikki Painter's birthday too. Big up Nikki Painter. Appreciate the ride out there.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. Big up Chuck the Bounty Hunter for those 420 biddies I just saw.
Oh snap!
And also,
Oh, I wasn't even
Mike
looking.
Marquez wants to be selfish.
What's that?
Mike Marquez says, "Yo, can I be selfish for a minute?"
Yeah, jump in this
Talk
zone.
about you. Let's do this.
Do it.
You wanna hop in the stream?
What are you wearing?
The Chuck the Bounty Hunter unlocked the Easter egg with the 420 biddies. Thank you, man. Him and I were just talking. He just reserved his hotel for the September 19th gathering at Discovery Park. So that's going to be dope. More people showing up for that. I'm excited.
We're coming through.
Big face
We're
to
coming.
face.
San Francisco Church of Drum Bass crew coming in strong.
Love it. I hope so. man.
Mobile sermon.
That would be
Engage.
amazing. Big up Q-Bird. So Jimmy's interviewing me tomorrow on the DJ Times Twitch channel, 6 p.m. Got it.
Yeah, like you get to know like they
Perfect.
did for Josh. Cool.
Yeah.
So if we can get a shout out to the DJ Times Twitch channel in the chat, make sure you guys follow that channel and look for them to be live around 6 p.m. Pacific,
Times
3
Mag,
p.m.
I think.
Pacific tomorrow.
That's mag.
I didn't realize that they had a channel. Awesome.
What the heck?
Ooh, I like that.
The not
I want to follow that one.
That's weird.
DJ Times Mag.
You got to put the ad, I think.
At
No,
this.
usually don't.
Ooh, yes.
And it shouted me out.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
because you put it
And it's
shouted
all
you out because
caps.
you're a mod, but it gave you the link. It didn't go. It didn't use the link.
That's weird.
DJ Times Mag.
Panel Twitch experts, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck.
Typing's hard.
Hyping is hard. He said.
Oh, I got this wicked. I have this wicked new mic filter.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe they don't have this setting on.
I have this wicked mic filter. It's a text to speech mic
Yeah, it
filter,
won't-
and
it
it
won't
does
work.
like it's amazing. It takes whatever you say and puts it in like bad English. It is the funniest bloody thing. I was laughing so hard today in one of the chat too. Like I have to stop this. I was laughing so damn hard I couldn't breathe. I'll give you guys. I'll send you guys a link to the Twitch chat. And in the Zoom chat. It's hilarious, man.
Yo, we're gonna be raiding into Charlie Eon. I'll be back on Friday for Taco Rewind. We're gonna have a blast and play some music, have a good time, play some games. Saturday, Inside the Ride is going to be back. We're going to be streaming for Inside the Ride this Saturday. Salix is doing a record release party with her label, so she has the full lineup and everything. I'll be announcing that as soon as I get it, which will probably be tomorrow. More than likely, you'll see a graphic floating around on the social media tomorrow. That's going to be Saturday at 9:16 p.m. Pacific. Inside the Ride, super dope event. Always a good time. I'm glad we're doing an Inside the Ride again. Sunday, 808, 916 Junglist officially is back. IRL. We're going to be doing something in Sacramento. It's going to be super dope. My man Tic Tac is headlining from Church of Drum and Bass. It's going to be super sick. So make sure you all roll out to that. Sunday,
808.
808.
808.
Hey Billy, do you know what Batman's favorite fruit is?
What?
Pears.
Banana kiwis.
Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
You think it'd be an R, but it's actually the C.
I see you. All right, we're out of here, y'all. On that note, peace.
Bye.